Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Kid Max, and today we got another one. So, really quickly for you guys, before I go to bed early in the morning, I just want to give you guys my pregame predictions for tonight's game with Chicago Bulls versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Man, oh man, oh man. Do I have some thoughts on tonight's game? Um, I honestly feel like tonight's going to be a crazy game. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Zion, but we're going to see Brandon Ingram really, really put on the pedestal, put on the chopping block, or not in a negative way, but we're going to see Brandon Ingram really. We're going to see the spotlight on Brandon Ingram like never before. And we're going to see a spotlight on Lonzo like never before. These players have been playing with each other their entire careers. So it's a storyline that's going to be significant. And quite frankly, it's going to be a very profound storyline. Um, you know, look, Lonzo's still in his Pelicans jersey, right? um, it's going to be a profound storyline. And unfortunately, Zion's not going to be there to complete the storyline. So essentially, I have the Bulls for the win. As we're just too deep of a team. Okay, too deep of a team, and ultimately I was for the win. But here's the thing: um, when I was as a Lonzo supporter, I also support those players, and I believe I said this. Everybody was calling the Pelicans trash, and I just don't believe they're gonna be trash. I think they're gonna be pretty decent. I think they're gonna have a lot of want and will to fight. Okay, and they have a lot of their team from last year, and I feel like they have a really great bench, great young core. The only thing that's gonna hold the Pelicans back is the organization, and how they end up developing their style now that Lonzo's not there. Because I'm not sure how Devontae Graham is gonna fill that gap right now. It's just a big gap in regards to play style and how these players were used to playing with Lonzo, right? But what can't be taken away from these players is their heart. Okay. We're talking about Nikhil Alexander Walker. We're talking about Josh Hart. We're talking about Brandon Ingram. Okay. We're talking about even Willie Hernan Gomez. Okay. They got a good, decent team of players that they're gonna fight. They're gonna scrap. Okay. But see, I'm not sure if they're as organized as they used to be when playing with Lonzo. So ultimately, um, I don't know. It's not. I mean, I know they're not going to win, right? They're not going to win. But what I'm saying is, they're probably going to put up a fight because they're not going to want to look really bad now that Lonzo's gone. So we know they're going to put up a fight, okay? And we know Brandon Ingram's going to come out balling, right? But what are we looking forward to the most? We're looking forward to seeing what Lonzo Ball does tonight, right? And I have a really, and of course, like this is something that we're tired of seeing, right? Where a lot of people are tired of seeing Lonzo have bad games and then come back with good games. We want to see Lonzo with good games every night, being aggressive and assertive. But I have a feeling he's going to be assertive in a way that we haven't seen before. I think Lonzo Ball is getting more and more frustrated with himself in regards to falling to anxiety and falling to the pressure of his past and letting it stop him from succeeding and letting it stop him from not making his shots and taking his shot, just taking his shots, right? Because sometimes Lonzo needs to be a volume shooter so he can get his shots up and get his flow going, right? And I think tonight, though, what I'm really I have like this inclination that Lonzo's going to be driving the ball like we've never seen before. That's why I wanted to make this video before everybody drops their videos. Okay. I'm trying to find my own flow, my own schedule here, but I wanted to drop this video before everybody drops their video, right? I have a feeling that Lonzo Ball tonight is going to be driving the basketball, attempting to drive. He's going to be driving in ways that we haven't seen before. He's going to be shooting the ball. He's going to be taking his 3-point shots, but I feel like he's going to be taking more mid-range shots, and he's going to be driving the ball. Of course, he's not going to be getting out of his element. That's something that people want him to do, but he's not going to get out of his element. He's going to play his game. He's going to let the game come to him, and he's going to find his spacing, his shots, and he's going to find his position, right? But ultimately, I have a feeling that Lonzo's going to be driving the basketball a lot tonight, okay? And I'm really curious to see how he plays against the Pelicans. Obviously, we know he's not going to play down, but he cannot have. I haven't watched any videos yet. I saw Flight Sports his headline where he said Lonzo cannot play like he played against Detroit, which is I agree with, but I never watched the video. I haven't watched any videos yet these last couple days. So this is a fresh take for you guys, and ultimately yeah, I really believe Lonzo is going to come out aggressive, and what I think is going to happen tonight is we're going to see a lot of what we've seen in his training camp, because we haven't seen a lot of the dribbling. I saw him do the dribble that he's been practicing. I saw it one time last night, but I don't think he really pressed it. He didn't really press it, and we didn't really see too much of his dribbling. But I think tonight against the Pelicans, we're going to see Lonzo really trusting his training and really trusting the work that he's put into practice. Okay, and I don't expect to see a triple single tonight from Lonzo. Okay, I expect to see, like I said, either 17, 7 and 7, 19, 9 and 9, or 20, 10 and 10, something along that range. Okay, for the win. But no matter how he gets it, even if it's a 17, 7 and 7 or 17, 9 and 9 night, it's gonna be an aggressive 17, 9 and 9. Okay, because he's got a lot of pieces. He's not gonna have to go super crazy because we got a lot more pieces in the Pelicans. But New Orleans is gonna be playing defense, and they're gonna come out trying to prove a point tonight that they're not finished, and we're probably gonna even see a decent game from Devontae, but I believe that Lonzo's gonna really lock him up. Okay, so this is gonna be really, really, really intriguing game. But I just wanted to give you guys my hot take really quickly before the day even gets started. I just wanted to put it out there in advance for you guys. I believe Lonzo's gonna be applying a lot of his new moves and a lot of his. I think he's gonna challenge himself tonight. When the lights are on, the pressure is the biggest, and he could fail the hardest. He's going to challenge himself in front of the world, and I think we're going to see Lonzo really driving the basketball, and we might even see some flashes of UCLA Zo, because I think Lonzo's getting more and more frustrated with his own play, and he wants to see himself. He wants to be greater, and he wants to score more. He wants to get involved more, and I think we're going to see that tonight. And like I said, as soon as Lonzo starts to drive the ball, just like Alex Caruso, just a little bit, Lonzo Ball is going to look like a completely different player, right? Completely different player. So I expect to see Lonzo Ball applying all of his new training that we haven't seen yet. We're going to see in tonight's game. I think under the pressure, under the lights, we're going to see Lonzo Ball actually really apply his moves, and we're going to see truly how he's developed. We're gonna see it tonight, and I think from tonight on, we're gonna be able to see, even if his shots don't go in, we're gonna see him being more aggressive towards the paint. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna see him driving, getting to the line. I think that's something that Lonzo's gonna really make a point, is to get to the line tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. And that's my pregame prediction, and that's what I expect to see. And that's why I wanted to drop this video before everybody else. Because I haven't watched any videos on anybody's videos or anything like that. I wanted to put this out now so I can watch the game, because I like to watch the game and then give you guys my takes. Okay, so that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Just a quick prediction, okay, before the rest of the day gets going. And that's about it, guys. Okay, so without further ado, if you're in, I'm gonna obviously do a video after the game and give you guys my thoughts on the game afterwards. But this is my pregame prediction for tonight's game. And I might as well go ahead and add also as far as the Charlotte Hornets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that LaMelo's going to have a similar night that he had against the Indiana Pacers. I think LaMelo's going to be really driving even more himself. I think LaMelo's going to really want to be testing out his dribble package, and he's going to really be wanting to experiment with his layup package a bit more. And we might even see LaMelo go for a couple more dunks tonight. That's what I expect from LaMelo. I expect to see LaMelo driving. I expect to see LaMelo stay consistent with grabbing his rebounds so that he can be effective offensively even more with controlling the pace of the basketball. And I expect to see LaMelo continue to develop on the defensive end through his transition D and getting those deflections with his long body. That's what I expect to see from LaMelo as the Charlotte Hornets continue to gel as a team. But honestly, as far as the Chicago Bulls, though, like I said, because of if I just expect them, it's gonna be a blowout eventually, but it's gonna be a tough game because Brandon Ingram has something to prove, man. I still got love for Brandon Ingram, and I think he's gonna come out blazing tonight as well with something to prove, man. And it's gonna be a prideful game, man. It's gonna be a prideful game for both teams, and it's gonna be really intriguing, you know. So shout out to all the supporters out there, shout out to all the haters, you know what I'm saying, and shout out to all the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what'd you say, big dog? Let's see what you're talking about. Shout out to James. I have a question. Can Bulls cover -1.5 versus Pelicans today? I don't know what you're saying there, big dog. But if you're saying can they win, yeah, I think they're gonna win, bro. I think they're gonna win the game. Um, I think they're gonna be able to really take it to the Pelicans, obviously. But I do believe the Pelicans are gonna fight, bro. I think the Pelicans are gonna fight, man. And we're gonna see a lot of grit from that team that Lonzo played with. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a lot of pride, and they've heard a lot of noise from people, man. And they have a lot of talent. And I think obviously though they're gonna lose in the end because I don't believe that Devontae Graham right now. I don't think he has enough right now to fill in the gap that Lonzo left. It's just too big of a gap, and we're talking about a gap of organization for the team. So they're just not organized. And right now, unfortunately, it's going to be now Brandon Ingram's going to have to play more iso ball than he's ever had to play in his life. But he's going to also have to develop as a player. So I'm excited to see how Brandon Ingram develops. But it's just a lot of pressure considering the year they had last year where they were just adjusting. There's a reason why Zion is upset because he was adjusting his game based on Lonzo, and ultimately I feel like, because of Lonzo's absence, both of them, both Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson are going to have to really just play more iso ball than they've ever had to play, and they're gonna have to develop their game in a more uncomfortable pace than they've ever had to develop it. But Brandon Ingram has less excuses than Zion because Brandon's been in the league longer than Lonzo, but ultimately it's just gonna be a challenge because he's not working with as much as Lonzo's working with. And once we see Lonzo do what he has to do and drive to the paint, we're gonna see a lot more action from the Chicago Bulls. What do you shout out to James Little, by the way. Shout out to you, bro. What's your prediction for the game? I have Bulls. They have oh, okay, you must have placed the bet or something, huh? You have to place the bet, huh, bro? You said what's your prediction for the game? I have Bulls -1.5. They have to win by 1 point. Sheesh. You should have made it deeper than that because they're gonna win by more than 1 point, bro. Lonzo is gonna cook tonight. Lonzo's gonna cook, bro. But I hope you win your bet regardless, bro. I hope you win your bet. I mean, I don't want us to win by 1. I think we're gonna be winning by more than 1. But yeah, Lonzo's gonna cook, bro. Lonzo's gonna cook tonight. I think Lonzo is really getting more and more frustrated with himself, right? And I think Lonzo is going to, like what I said earlier in the video, is I think Lonzo's going to really we're going to see more of what he's been training with. We're going to see the moves that he's been practicing. We're going to see the driving moves. And here's the thing. Even though he got the triple single, right, he still was making his approaches to take those shots. We saw him take his mid-range shots. I saw him go for some floaters in the early of the game. So that's why we're seeing Lonzo attempt them, but Lonzo is very sensitive to his team's energy, and he likes to keep the team in flow. So he's learning how to adjust and find his offense again now that he's back in control of the team, right? So that's the good news, is that we're seeing more of Lonzo really attempt his play style, attempt to broaden his play more than ever before, right? But it's just the fact that the shots weren't going in, and he has to be committed to, no matter whether they're going in or not, is to keep doing those things that he did in the first quarter. Because we'll see him attempt them in the first quarter, and if they're not going in the first quarter, then he results back to being not passive, but just less aggressive and more focused on the team. And we want to see Lonzo develop that confidence to where he knows that he can still take his shots even when the team is losing or winning. And I think we're starting to see that from Lonzo over time. We're going to see that from Lonzo, right? Let's shout out to James Lee. Shout out to the Pope, man. Shout out to the Pope. Shout out to you, big dog. I see you over there cooking, bro. I see you over there cooking. Keep grinding, big dog. Keep grinding to you, big dog. Yeah, got the super early morning show. Yeah, bro. Just wanted to get my predictions out before everybody dropped the video, man. Just wanted to get my predictions out. Had to go off my own time. You feel me? That's all I'm trying to do. Just get the predictions out so it's done. You feel me? Let's see what yeah, I'm from New Orleans on the Pelicans suck. Yo, man. It's sad that Lonzo had to leave, but everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think the Pelicans still got a shot. I think Willie Green, he seems like a decent coach, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wish the best for him, but I just don't know. And I like Devontae Graham. I think Devontae got a bad rap in Charlotte because LaMelo wasn't getting the time people wanted to get him. So they really projected a lot of negativity towards Devontae. And so I think his value as a player hasn't been seen, but I just don't know how he's going to fill the gap of Lonzo. It's a big gap. And we're talking about a whole new play style for that team of players, which had a core that was connected to Lonzo's style of play. We're talking about Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and fucking Zion Williamson. Okay. And so, you know, it's just going to be a lot for this. Going to be like I said, they're not going to be a team that just loses games without fighting. They're going to fight because they have too many players that have heart on their team. But what the thing is the type of organization that Lonzo Ball gives to the team consciously and subconsciously by the fact that they know that no matter what they do on the court, if they turn around, they can pass it back to Zoe. It's just a different type of confidence that you give your team, man. And these players, and you know, when we think about Josh Hart and you're thinking about players like Brandon Ingram, they were playing with this nigga since LA. So they really knew. And so imagine how they were helping the other teammates adjust it, Lonzo, by them playing that way. And then you start like, man, I don't even like looking at Zion Williamson and Lonzo highlights anymore. It's sad as fuck. It's sad. That's why I'm just hyped for Chicago, because at least we get to finally see him develop some type of chemistry with a high flyer like Zach LaVine. And now he's got a paint scorer and he's got a great center in Vucevic. And we're going to see them be able to have a real chance to develop at the highest level. You know, we didn't get to see none of that with Zion. It's sad as fuck, but we got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Wait, my bad. Lonzo did a lot for the Pelicans when he was here. He did. He really did. But everything happens for a reason, and you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Zion moves forward now, as he grows, bro. Because I think Zion was really impacted. Because if you look at those, bro, go back, guys, go back and watch the Pelicans, Zion and Lonzo highlights, bro. Go back and watch that shit. Like, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable how they didn't let that flourish. It's unbelievable. When you look back at that, it's the same disgust. It's the same sadness that I have when I look back at LeBron James and Lonzo highlights. It's like you're dumbfounded. Like you can't believe that they didn't fight to keep. And it just shows you how sometimes when you're in the thick of the storm, you really can't see it like people like us from the outside looking in. Because you just think to yourself, how did they let LeBron and LeBron and Lonzo not stay together? How? Especially when we know that LeBron was supporting Lonzo. That's why he signed the clutch. That was LeBron telling people, look, I've been supported Lonzo. Okay? And Lonzo signed the clutch. All right? So how did that happen? Then you see highlights of Zion and fucking Lonzo, and you're like, how did they not keep it going? How? Do you see how, like, it was literally 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then you had BI there, and it's just sad. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, man. It's just sad, bro. You said, hold on. You said I have a question. Hold on. Wait, my bad. The Pope says, I know you got high hopes for the kid, but it ain't looking good. Yeah, Pope, I ain't watched your video, but I seen your thumbnail, man. I know you said, is Lonzo really a bust? I know you were just asking a question. I know you're not really calling him a bust. I know you like talking aggressive. You just have fun with it, man. I support your channel, brother. But nah, Lonzo's not a bust. He's just going through his pains, man. It's growing pains, bro. And like I said, maybe I'm a bit more sensitive to his journey because I believe in astrology. I believe in all the spiritual stuff, and it's connected. A lot of times people, when it comes to basketball and 1, 2, 3 stuff, people don't like to hear that because they don't like to. That's why they mad at Kyrie. They're like, fuck the spiritual shit. Let's get to basketball. But people need to understand that, you know, it's all connected, man. And Lonzo's still healing, bro. Like it's obvious. He's still building his confidence, and that matters. Look at LaMelo, man. That comes from having confidence. LaMelo didn't have to go through the hazing like Lonzo, bro, period. I'm not making excuses. This is just me breaking it down. LaMelo still had his own challenges, you know what I'm saying? But LaMelo he only had to go through it for like half a year. Real shit, bro. Half a year, LaMelo's went through the hazing, and that was half the year with Charlotte. That was it. but it was so much pressure that Charlotte was receiving from us, right? And because we saw what Lonzo went through, we knew how to effectively. That's why people were calling Devontae Graham Tay baby, right? And so in order for Charlotte to get the pressure off of Devontae, they had to play LaMelo more. They was trying to get Devontae out there so he could get some more value up for his play. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like LaMelo didn't have to go through as much, bro, in the league, but he still has his own challenges, so he still has to prove himself. But Lonzo be fine. Lonzo be fine. Um, I have a question. You seem to know the NBA. Can you look at my parlay for today? You said, bro, I don't know sports betting that well, bro, but let me see what you're talking about. 1-5 Bulls versus Pelicans. I picked Bulls 1-5. Hey man, I'm gonna just tell you this. That 1 point, I think you should up it up. I don't think you should have them winning by just one. I don't know how betting works completely, but maybe you should have them winning by 15. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put them up by 15, bro. Have them winning by 15 or so. You know what I mean? I think that's how it can go. I don't see it. I don't see it being a close game. I think they're gonna be. I mean, I see it being a challenging game, a challenging game in regards to the team playing very tough the first 2 quarters. But like I said, I really feel like Lonzo's just gonna be eating up Devontae Graham on the defensive end, and Lonzo's gonna be really trying to prove a point, bro. So maybe put him up by 15. Maybe put him up. Maybe do 5 points. I don't know how sports betting works, but maybe instead of 1 point, do 5 points, 15 points. But trust your intuition. That's what I'll tell you. Trust your intuition. 1-5 Knicks versus Orlando. I picked 1-5 Knicks. I can't really speak on that, bro. I haven't really been following them, but I know the Knicks just won. I know the Knicks just won versus Boston, right? I think they won. I'm not sure. But trust your intuition, bro. Trust your intuition. Good pick. Shout out to Pope B. Frank, man. Another good pick. You talking to old buddy? Yeah. Hey, look. Trust the Pope. He giving you advice right now. Trust the Pope. You know what I'm saying? Drop the link. That's why I fucks with your takes. I understand where you be coming from. Oh shit, my bad. I didn't even think about that. Let me drop the link right quick, man. Let's talk about this. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me drop the link. I was planning on this being a short show, but let's drop the link, man. Let's chop it up right quick. Yeah, if you guys want to chop it up, just come find me, man. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. But yeah, man, I just feel like Lonzo's gonna really show out tonight. I think we're gonna see a lot of the stuff that we haven't seen from Lonzo. We're gonna see him try to play it tonight. I think Lonzo's gonna be trying to get his shots up. We're gonna see Lonzo trying to really get, and like I said, we've already seen it, right? He's already been shooting more of the mid-range than ever before. Oh, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
What's up, big
Kid
dog?
back.
What's up, big dog?
Oh God.
What's up, brother?
Hey man, what's going on, man? I love your energy, man, your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't
Appreciate you,
even
bro.
I can't even knock your spirit. I really can't. Like what you be saying, you 100 in what you be saying, and I know the way you coming from, the angle you always coming from with the Lonzo takes, with the Ball family whole takes. I
Yeah.
first heard you speak on Flight Sports,
Shout
and
out to
you
Flight
had came,
Sports.
Flight shout out to Flight. You had came on in there, and you had dropped a bombshell the way you were talking about the family, and I said, "Who is this kid?" I said, "Okay, I like this dude. I don't even, I don't. I'm not. See, I'm not dumb to the spiritual, the history of what they
Right.
doing, the BB. So everything you were saying, like, I'm feeling that." But then it comes to a point of time to
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, you got to strap your big boy boots on, your big boy
Yeah.
pants, and it's time to get all of that because the strong will survive.
Mm-hmm. Survival of
The
the
weak,
fittest.
survival of the fittest, man, and the weak shall move on, and so it's understandable when he was a rookie. It was understandable his second year. What happened, especially with the injuries and all of that. Then he got traded.
Right.
It's understandable. But now, once you become a father and you got
Yeah.
your own man stuff and everything else, and you know your God given abilities. So when it's in your head and not in your spirit no more to perform at your at your highest capabilities, it's almost like I'm upset with him because you wasting God given talent, boy.
Yeah, like, see, I know where you be coming from with your takes too. You know what I'm saying? I know you be coming out of love. I know you don't come out of malice with it. You know what I'm saying? You just taking advantage of the algorithm and you trying to start the conversation. You know, so I totally get what you're saying, and you're right, bro. Like, it's one of those moments. Like, this is definitely like a eat or be eaten year for him for sure. Like, no doubt about it. Like, this year, like, if he doesn't perform, it's nothing that we can do for him. You know what I mean? It's all on him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. It's always been on him. But this year for sure. Like, so what do you think is gonna how do you think it's gonna be? What do you think the game's gonna be like tonight with the Pelicans? How do you think he's gonna perform? Like, what were your thoughts, first of all? What were your thoughts on the game versus Detroit? Be
I was
honest, it's all right.
pissed. I had him. I was pissed, kid. I had him. This is what I had Lonzo Ball this season because I was loving the move. Even though I wanted them on the Hornets, of course, I feel like he dropped the ball on that to me. That's my opinion.
Hmm.
Like
Why you think that?
both your
Go ahead and speak on that real quick.
yeah, because both your brothers is there, man. This is the dream come true. This is the historical moment that you and I and a lot of others, and even from their family, have been waiting for. And a lot of
Yeah,
the media been saying that'll never happen. Yeah, right. You're dreaming, LeVar. This is crazy that he didn't do that, bro. That's like, come on, bro. Both your brothers is over there. It's not just even LaMelo. You got
yeah,
both of them over there. Like
yeah,
that should have been a no-brainer. Like, and they to me, I honestly believe they didn't just bring Jello in just because of LaMelo. I
yeah.
honestly believe
They thought Zoe
they
was
looked
coming.
at right. See, not so it wasn't even just because of LaMelo and Zo. Definitely Jello got his game. His game is right. His swag is right out there. So the Hornets respected it. So they say, you know what? Definitely, why not pull this? Why not do this? Because Lonzo is a free agent. LaMelo is our future. So if we go ahead and put this three together, because we see now Jello he really can hoop. So shit, if we put these three guys over here, that's a dynamic that can't be touched.
And they
That's
would have
just
done it, and it would have been it would have been like the sneakiest shit ever, bro. Smooth as fuck.
smooth. Oh, smooth as a baby's bottom.
That shit would have went viral like a motherfucker, man.
Man, so
So let me
Lonzo
let me
gets
ask you this though, Pope. Let me ask you this, because I get that, right? And I feel the same way to a degree, right? But since you're talking about Lonzo, and we'll get to the game, the Detroit game, and your thoughts on the game tonight in a minute, but I want to stick on this for a second, right? Because it's important. Because make sure you guys check out Pope's channel. You know what I'm saying? He's doing this thing. He's grinding. Another brother grinding in this world, man. So make sure you guys support him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how you just want to see more from Zoe, right? You just want to see him more aggressive, and you just want to see him be as great as he can be, right? So what are your thoughts? So even though it's what we would have wanted, right? Seeing him, go to Charlotte, and we know that he would have still gotten his credit. Nobody would have been able to take it away from him ultimately. Of course, there would have been the narrative of him needing to go with his brothers a little bit, but once you start getting wins, that doesn't matter no more, right? Because it still is a man's game and every play matters, right? But
that's right.
what do you think about him choosing to stay on his own too and go to Chicago? Do you think that's a sign of him really wanting to prove himself, or do you feel like that's a sign of strength in him taking a risk on his career? Because to mention this, he's done that twice, right? He did that, and he did that in New Orleans, right? Where he didn't take the contract. Remember, he didn't do the contract extension that in the New Orleans that first time. Remember, and then he did it again sometime later in that year after his injury. So to me, those are subtle signs of Lonzo's confidence that I think are important to notice because people don't think he has the confidence. But what do you think about him choosing to go to Chicago instead? Do you think that's a sign of his confidence and wanting to prove something?
Actually, at first, I'm gonna be frank with you. At first, I thought maybe so, and maybe he ready to do his thug thizzle and take the Chicago Bulls into championship contention with that type of roster. So I said, okay, I respected it. But then he go over there and he started to show that he the same player he was, and the confidence ain't there, and he not taking over as a traditional point guard and the leader of the ship. I'm like, well, it seems now that you went over there to hide. Because you wasn't gonna be able to hide in Charlotte. You would have been the main vocal point with your brother. All eyes would have been on you and him. He
Damn,
for
that's a deep
surely,
take.
yeah, he for surely would perform. He for surely, LaMelo is going to perform. Jello is going to perform as soon as he get the action, which they planned it smoothly. How they got him
Yeah,
in swarm, all of
yeah,
that. They're gonna
yeah.
bring him up. They're gonna bring him up, and he gonna get minutes. And as soon as he get to get minutes, he's going to
You
perform.
gonna show out? Yeah,
He gonna show
gonna
out.
show out. Yeah.
Lonzo Ball took all of this in consideration, my guy. This was
So you really think?
listen, listen.
So you think?
I'm
So you
thinking
think he went to Chicago to hide out behind Zach
he
LaVine and
DeMar
in the game?
DeRozan, Vucevic, Pat Williams, Alex Caruso, Kobe White. Oh, he could hide out. He knew they could win games with what he does do best, which is play great defense. Love his defense.
Yeah.
He can shoot the open shot. When he open, he knocked that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
So what he looked at said, okay, so if I go over here with this roster the way it's constructed, I can play my great defense, knock down my jumpers, and with Vucevic and Zach LaVine scoring, DeMar DeRozan, I ain't tripping. We gonna still win games because I can put up 12 points and only have 4 assists, and nobody gonna really even get on me. Why? Because we won the game.
Hold on. Well,
Get a
let me
fast
go ahead and
break.
let me. Little James Little wants to ask you a question. Go ahead and ask him a question, James
Okay.
Little.
Okay.
Or Little, if you want. Well,
Be Frank the
if you
question about.
yeah, go ahead and ask him the question in the chat, and he'll answer you, bro. He'll answer you. But keep talking, Frank. Go ahead, big dog. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Now, so yeah, I'm just like, because to me, it don't make no sense not to go to Charlotte at this point in time because it is showing your manhood. Y'all, Lonzo Ball, y'all are greater together, all three of them, than apart. Yes, we've seen each one of y'all do your thing separately. Okay,
Right.
we seen that. That's cool, and so we know y'all can handle your candle by yourself. You just was over in New Orleans Pelicans as the third wheel, and you handled yours. Even they changed your whole position. So we like cool. You got your jump shot down. You're confident in that. Your playmaking abilities should not have left you. And as long as the team gives you the keys to play your style of play, you should be right back at that and added a nice jumper, which you really to add it to me. That's not even true too. This is another thing I'm disappointed with
What?
Lonzo. He's always had a jump shot. He's been a
Yeah.
shooter his whole life. He
Yeah.
allowed them to get in his head and say his form is funky and he need to change it, and it just left him.
It
And
slowed him
it's
down a
like,
bit. Yeah, you could tell it's a part of what I think is his. Cause see, like LaMelo, he adjusted his shot, right? But he didn't. But he never. He did what LaMelo did first was he adjusted his footwork, but his shot was the same. His release was the same. He just changed his release just a little bit to where it's more straighter. It's more straight up and down, but it still
yeah,
has that air to it. You know what I'm saying? Where it
yeah,
goes up high. And that's how Lonzo had his shot, where it had more air going to it. But I'm not gonna lie, I do like how it's looking. I think that the shot, like he just has to find his swag again, like his confidence, bro. Like period. Like he just has to know, like, here's the thing, Hope. He's in a great position with Chicago because I think that even though, like you said, bro, I think going to Charlotte would have been great because he could have been really flourishing with his brothers, and it would have been easy for him to get back into his style because he would have been playing with his brothers. But like a lot of people know, it may have been harder for him to escape the narrative that was on his name for so long already. You see what I'm saying? You got to remember the narrative that was already put on his name was bust and that he's not aggressive already before this even happened. And here's the thing: we know as Ball family fans that wouldn't have mattered because the Ball brothers together are so explosive that all three of them would get their credit. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. They would have all ended up getting their credit no matter what because when those games are on the line, you know what I'm saying? You see a player like Lonzo do his defense and he get the ball and pass it up. He's going to get more credit. But I think that Lonzo was just affected, bro. And I think Lonzo really wants to prove how great he is individually and how he can impact and lead a team. Because he's never been able. And here's the thing: it's important before you come in, right? Think about this. Since he's come in the league, because remember, this is the difference between Lonzo and LaMelo right now, right? It's been 4 years that Lonzo Ball has had to fight to be the leader of a team. And again, yes, there's certain things that we look at and that we're like, Lonzo is contributing to the narrative, right? Because he's not fighting to get the ball. He's not fighting to get his shots. He's not fighting to, in certain situations. I don't think that's the case for the Bulls team. I think he's intention. I think it's going to be, as far as the ball handlers, like it's gonna when it's the starting five, it's gonna be Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine. It's gonna be 2K. That's how it's gonna be. Except Lonzo's the primary point guard, but he likes to pass it out, right? He likes to give them that confidence to say, "I trust what you're gonna do with it," because Lonzo likes to get involved in the offense and find his offense off the ball a little bit, right? But see, what's happened is in those other this is the first time though out of those 4 years, bro, where he's actually like literally the man, like he's literally the main guy again. He doesn't have to fight for it, and that's something he's adjusting to again. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's an adjustment for him, man. But like you said, I was one of those people, bro. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, bro. Like I really feel like him changing his shot, bro, was was him losing because bro, he doesn't even do his step backs anymore, bro. Like at all. Like he probably does his step back. Like I don't even think he's done it yet.
He don't even dunk no more,
bro.
He don't even dunk the ball, bro. I remember when he used to clown LaMelo when he couldn't dunk, and LaMelo used to try and so hard to dunk. He like, yeah, you can't dunk, bro.
One second, yo, James Little. Thank you for subscribing, man. That means more than you know, brother. Thank you so much, man. I hope to see you here forever, man. Make sure you check out Pope's show as well. Yo, shout out to Rap God Reloaded. Lonzo just needs to get himself in a good rhythm. Yeah, he's gonna find that rhythm. But Pope, shout out to Rap God, man. You've been here showing support. I really appreciate you more than you know, bro. I know you came and saw me from Hoop Jargon show, so I appreciate your love, man. You guys don't. I wasn't even gonna do this, but this will happen. You trust your intuition, man. We got Pope on the show, vibing with us. You got a blizzy lit, bro.
You already know.
Yeah, I'm trying to roll up right now, big dog. You feel me? But Zoe only do the step back shooting his mid range. Yeah, like that's one thing I want to mention, Pope. I do like that. I'm seeing him do I think he's just finding his way, bro. I think he's finding because what I was saying earlier was that remember it's been 4 years of him
fighting.
This is the problem. But wait, hold on. Let me finish this one, and I'm gonna let you go crazy, right? Because I want you to think about this, because I know you already know this, and I know where you're coming from, so I know what you're gonna say. Do your thing, right? But I want to put this out there for the show. It's been 4 years of Lonzo Ball, and again, this is life, man. You gotta fight for your way in life, bro. You gotta fight for your position. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight in life, bro. You gotta do that sometimes. Like it's not about waiting, and so we get that. It's not about. I'm not talking about it being headed. We're talking about being the number 2 pick, right? Being and coming into a position where you're supposed to be given certain opportunities. And that was not given to Lonzo, and then he got the injuries, right? And a lot of people think that because of his injuries, like if he wouldn't have gotten injured, he would have gotten those chances. And I personally don't believe it would have been the case. I think it would have been still the same issues because of how he was being treated before the injuries, right? But see, with Lonzo, this is the first year out of 5. You gotta remember, sometimes it's about habit. This is a good thank you, Spirit. This is a great point I want to give you guys, right? How long does it take to develop a habit? 60 days, 30 days, 21 days. So you gotta think about how many habits has he had to develop by playing with coaches that didn't trust him subconsciously. Right, Pope? You gotta think about that, right, bro? Right? How many habits is he having to break right now with the Chicago Bulls? Right, and that's why I think the Chicago Bulls are a great team for him to be with and develop with, because in that Detroit game, you could tell that he was getting down on himself a little bit and he was frustrated because Lonzo Ball frustrated. He walked straight out the game. When the game's over, he just go. He don't shake hands, and I like that about Lonzo. That's the toughness about Lonzo that you don't look at. But Lonzo don't be shaking hands at the end of the game. He goes straight to the locker room. That's how you know Lonzo's pissed off and he wants to play. And his teammates see that, right? But this is going to be the year where I think he's going to be able to break from some of those bad habits and of him ability. Bro. You get what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like I think this is that year, but but we want to see Lonzo. I loved his rim grazers. You know what I'm saying? I used to like his swag with his. I loved his dunk package. Like, I want to see more of that shit. You know what I mean? Like I want to see more of the swaggy like two handers. You know what I mean? Like bro, you saw that play with Alex Caruso, where Alex Caruso dribbled between his legs and then he drove straight to the basket for that two-handed dunk.
Yeah,
Bruh, if Lonzo starts doing that shit, just 3 times, like if he starts trying to do that, just 3 times a quarter, my nigga. 3 times a quarter, bro. Whether it's a fucked up layup and then 2 fucked up layups and he gets 1 dunk, my nigga, he's gonna be looking like a completely different player, bro. But it does take time. But if Lonzo can do that,
kid, Max, kid,
go ahead,
come
bro.
on, man.
Go ahead, man.
I don't
You
mean
gotta
to
do it though.
kid. He takes time. This is something he came in the league doing. How
Right.
did you lose it? You can't
Because
lose
like I
this
said,
shit.
those habits, right? He's trying to break those habits. But yeah, man. Go ahead. Speak your mind,
You
bro.
know what I mean? He came in the league being able to do this shit. He came in the league shooting 42% from the 3 at UCLA. 42%. He was taking long, deep threes. He was taking game winner threes at UCLA. He wasn't shying away from no threes. So shooting 42%, it means you whack. Okay?
Man.
So you come in the league and all of a sudden, even if you go look at the summer league when he had his confidence, he was shooting the same shot. He was coming down dribble, pulling up on people with that same form and was wetting faces. He won the MVP. With the same guys that's the leader of their teams that they running playoff teams with. Donovan Mitchell is on Utah. They've been in the playoffs every year since he's been there. Jason Tatum, same thing. Now even Bam Adebayo, same thing. Lonzo, all this. Listen, we go through stuff as people all the time, bro, in our everyday life, and we don't even got no millions. A lot of us ain't got millions to wash away the pain. We gotta face it. You feel me? This man making millions off of playing a sport that he loves to play. And that his pops raised him. You hear what LaMelo said. My pops raised us to say pressure ain't nothing. This game ain't pressure. Pressure when you don't know where you gonna sleep the next night. How you gonna pay rent and pay your bills? That's real pressure. They was raised like this. He was too.
Yeah.
So all this other bogus shit, that shit shouldn't matter. Go play the game you know how to play. You've been blessed with all of these talents to be able to do this. 6'6" point guard who you don't even put nobody in the basket. You ain't putting nobody in the basket. Now you got a team that where you at the actual point guard, you got the advantage, the mismatch every game. Lonzo Ball, the weakest defender in the backcourt against whatever team they playing will be sticking Lonzo. They won't be sticking Levine, or they won't be sticking DeMar DeRozan. They will stick Lonzo Ball. So if Lonzo got a Steph Curry or a Dame Lillard who's 6'3" and he's 6'6", 6'7", how don't you tell the coach and everybody else, listen, I'm going down to the paint. Find me in the post. I'm going to do this until I'm going to make these niggas double or this nigga's going to foul out. Because he's strong. Not only is he 6'6", bro, the nigga's strong.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So it's all him, bro. It's all him being in a shell like a turtle and don't want to fucking stick his neck out when it's time to.
Look, Pope. Everything you said, I agree with, right? But remember, what you said something very significant, and I'm about to get to what Rap God Reloaded said. And James Little had a question for you in the thing. James Little said, my question for the Pope, be frank, is the 14 parlay. What's his opinion on it? Thanks. We'll get to that in a second, James. We'll get to that in a second for you, big dog. But I want to speak on what Rap God Reloaded spoke on, right? Because like you said, Pope, you said he got his head he's in the shell right now, right? He's breaking free from the shell. But we have to remember why he's in there. And again, you coming from the perspective like you're not going to back down on the angle that you're coming from because you just want to see him win, right? But as we have the full conversation, my job and our job here together is to have the full conversation, right? Because it's important, right? Because this is history that we're witnessing, right? And each of us have a view, you know what I'm saying? Each of us have the view that we're meant to give the angle to. And it's important that we speak on these angles because what we're witnessing is a historic story, right? We're seeing LaMelo, bro, we're seeing LaMelo benefit from what Lonzo went through. Period. Period,
No,
bro.
I think
Right?
Melo went through even worse. I think Melo went through much more worse and Leangelo. If you really look
Well,
at it,
well, in a different way. But go ahead. Well, speak your mind now. What you thinking? What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
because if you look at it, bro, they was ridiculed as teenagers, not even as grown men. Soon as he left school, LaMelo left high school, they was getting talked about on Sports Center, that 14, 15-year-old kid, as this is the dumbest decision that his daddy could make, his family could make. This is silly. They going to Lithuania, this, that, and the other, and it did not stop, homie, until he got to Illawarra Hawks. The ridicule and the shit on him, the knocks on both of them. And even from the JBA, nobody wasn't looking. They were scoring 50 and 40-point triple doubles. LaMelo was. All of the
Right.
people was like, we don't respect that shit. That ain't nothing. They was sneezing at it. They go on
Yeah.
world tour in the JBA. They know nobody in the States and none of these Sports Center and none of them people talk about they respect that shit. And he went to Spire, back to school. They had Cole Anthony and everybody ranked ahead of him. He wasn't getting no respect, my guy. None. Zero. They had him as late first round, early second round draft pick, man. They came on the ESPYs, and the guy who was hosting said, "Oh, LaMelo Ball will
Yeah.
never even make it into the NBA." Bro, this is what I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Lonzo didn't have to go through none of this shit. He was the fucking darling of the brothers. They loved him at
Well,
UCLA.
okay,
Everybody,
look,
college
look,
loved him.
look.
Come on, man.
Pope,
That's what I'm
you just
saying,
made
bro.
some great points. You just made some great points,
I
right?
wasn't even,
You
and
make,
listen, let me finish though, because I'm really not even finished. I just started.
go
I
ahead.
really just started on that. I want to please let me finish on that because the
Go
people need
ahead.
to hear this. Okay, because Melo went through the ringer. That's called through the ringer. All right. I
He
just
did.
gave
He
you
did.
since he was 15 all the way to 18 years old. He was going through the ringer. And it wasn't until he went to the Illawarra Hawks, who he didn't get the keys as soon as he went over there. He came off the bench in
Hey,
preseason at
hey,
the
let me
Illawarra
say, let me
Hawks.
jump in real quick, Pope, to add to your point. LaMelo felt the only you know how I know LaMelo was feeling the pressure when he snapped on that dude in the JBA USA tour. That was LaMelo. You know what I'm talking about? When he slapped that dude, remember?
Yeah, he slapped him, but I mean, oh boy, slapped him in the back of his
Yeah,
head. So I mean,
but what I'm saying is,
rightfully so.
But LaMelo, yeah, but even though the dude hit him a little bit, like the way the dude did it, like I don't think the dude meant it in a malicious way. It probably hurt LaMelo, but what I'm saying is LaMelo would have normally not done nothing about that in the past. Because LaMelo always plays aggressive. Hold on. Because LaMelo be pulling on people's jerseys and shit in high school and all that shit, right? But the guy, I think when the guy, he gave him a little tap, but LaMelo didn't. LaMelo was in a bad mind state because LaMelo was feeling the pressure and LaMelo was already unhappy because he wasn't in high school. You see what I'm saying? So that's just
I
adding
can
to your
dig it.
point. Yeah,
I
yeah.
can
Go
dig
ahead.
that. So yeah, so I see
Because I feel
when I
like in
see
that
the
situation, because of everything they had on the line, LaMelo wouldn't have done that because they had a lot on the line during that time. But like you said, because LaMelo was going through so much pressure and having so many people on his head, he was just unhappy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he snapped like that. But go ahead.
unhappy as hell, and there was a lot of pressure as far as you know. I ain't gonna even say pressure because, like I said, they daddy raised them, and they even took it like that. They showed you. They went all the way out their comfort zone as teenagers. You was supposed to be in high school and college. Leangelo and Lamelo. They in Lithuania. I didn't know what the hell Lithuania was until they went over there. I had to look it up on the map. You understand what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
somewhere and people ain't never even heard of before. And they got all these people talking crazy down on their dad, talking down on their family, and on them too. They ain't talking like this about Lonzo at this time. Y'all forget. So Lonzo was the darling. He was the UCLA darling. He's the number 2 pick going to the Lakers darling. Magic Johnson loves him. Everything was all peachy and cream for Lonzo. Not them two. Not them two. It was a whole different ball game for the other two. But they persevered. And LaMelo went on over to Aurora Hawks. He showed them better than he could tell them. He even showed them Inspire, but they still sneezed on it. But he went to the Hawks, and because the NBA respected NBL, they respect the NBL. So now he went and killed cats in a league that the NBA respects. So now all of a sudden, oh, he's a lottery pick. He could be number one all of a sudden. They still dissing Leangelo until when? He goes show up in the summer league. You talking about the whole world is looking for him to fall on his face damn near, except for the Ball family people. Everybody else said he ain't good enough to be in the league. Get up out of
Yeah,
here.
and they
As
was
soon as
going
he was
crazy
in
on his
the Hornets,
defense too. Remember, they
I
thought he was
mean,
going to be
listen,
a
he had
major. Like
all kind of.
we all thought he was going to be a liability on defense, but not as much as they were killing him. They was destroying him on defense. They was saying
They was
he was.
destroying him.
They was saying he wasn't even going to be able to develop on defense. Basically, the way they was talking about LaMelo. Yeah,
Man, they was not even that, to take it even a step further, Kid Max. They was saying he only owned the Hornets for getting this opportunity because of his brother,
yeah,
LaMelo. That he not good enough. And what did he do with all eyes on him, with all of this knock that's been against him all this whole time? You heard him in with the what was that when he did that interview with the magazine? I think it was Slam, and he was in
Slam.
his house, and yeah, and he was like, I don't even see how people can just bypass what I did in high school. Like I averaged 33. Like I don't see how people just act like that ain't nothing. But okay. So believe you me, these dudes is hearing and feeling everything that they talking about, and knowing that all the scrutiny is ready to come down on him. First game in summer league, this man dropped 16 in 16 minutes, man. And he came off the bench. This ain't no, he not getting handed no keys. They wasn't running no plays for him. They ran one or two plays for Leangelo in that game, and yet the man still persevered. First time, this is on live fucking television. I don't care if it's summer league. This the weight of the world is right there. You talking about things that people going through. You got to know what was he going through. Like this is your biggest moment, boy. You about to sink or swim. This is your only one chance to show everybody that what you got, because everybody watching, even the haters. And what did Jello do, bro? That's what I'm saying. So I don't want Lonzo came out this same household that these two niggas came out of. I don't want to hear none of that shit. He this, that, and the other, and that, fuck all of that. Nigga, when you get a chance, show that you got it. As soon as you
Right,
get an opportunity. So
right.
he been got Alvin Gentry gave it to him when he got over to the Pelicans. He didn't show up. Alvin Gentry set his ass down. Said, sit down, bro. Because this is you. This is an offense that you should be flourishing in. Because I'm up and down. I'm an up and down coach. Sit your ass down. Because you obviously don't want to play. He said, no, I want to play. Okay, well, let me see you. He started playing. Then Pelicans got looking exciting. Then the bubble came. So now
Well, here's the
Lonzo
thing,
back
bro.
to
Here's the thing, Pope. That's I get what you're saying on that, right? But and you're semi right on that, right? I semi agree with you on that, but when it comes to Alvin Gentry, I semi agree with you. Like, but what you gotta understand is there's certain things that Alvin Gentry was doing, because again, like, and I get what you're saying. Like LaMelo went through a lot, bro. He did. They all went through. They all had their own challenges. LaMelo went through it before he came to the league, right? And he had to
he
worry
went
about
through it in the
home.
league too. In the league
Huh?
too.
Yeah,
He went
but
through it
remember,
in the
but
league.
but but like I said earlier, Pope, he when he came in the league, he went through it, but he only went through it for half the year.
Because
Only went,
why? But listen,
but
why you think? Hold on,
but
but see,
look,
you got don't
but
gloss
I know
over
what you're
that.
saying.
He
Hold on,
did
Pope.
that
Hold on,
himself. He
hold
hooped.
on, Pope.
He
I already know,
hooped.
but look, this is what I'm saying though, right? He went through it. Yes, he performed, but remember, Lamelo's game is already different than Lonzo. When Lamelo came in, he was already supposed to be known as the primary scorer, bro. So him,
No.
listen. This is I'm just telling you my perspective of it, right? He
Okay,
was
okay.
already supposed to be, he already came into it known as a primary scorer, right? And even though this is my point, right? Lamelo Lamelo literally only went through what he went through, honestly, because of Lonzo.
No, man,
Literally.
you getting it wrong right there, kid.
Nah,
Max, because
listen, bro.
Lonzo
Listen,
came in
Frank.
as a scorer too, bro. You see,
I
that's what I'm
believe
saying. You
that.
can't.
But what I'm saying is that wasn't the
Lonzo's
narrative
a
on Lonzo,
scorer,
though.
bro.
Hold on, Pope. Hold on, Pope. Yes, that's what we know. We know that Lonzo was already a scorer. We knew that. They took away that from Lonzo, right? They kept saying he wasn't a scorer, right? And he believed it because he got hazed so
Whose
badly,
fault is
and that's
that?
what he has to fight through, right? But yes, Lonzo was already a scorer, but the way that here's the thing. This is what I was talking about with Lonzo that they didn't like about Lonzo, right? They kept saying that Lonzo was too passive and he wasn't
Yes,
trying to find his shots, right? Which I agree with at a certain point.
disengaged.
He was disengaged, and I think maybe that was a part of him, being, I don't want to say spoiled, but being conditioned by LeVar and being and having it his way all the time, where he was already always known not having to use the fight to be the man. He wasn't used to having to fight to be the man and fight to prove to his coaches what he could do. So once he felt like they didn't trust what he could do, he kind of expected people to know what he wanted them to do to make him feel better, right? And I think
Can I
that's something
ask
that
you a
is.
question on that? Can I
What's
ask you
up?
just a quick question on what you just said? You don't think LeVar Ball put it on them niggas enough? Did you see how LeVar Ball cussed out LaMelo when he didn't play good in that AAU game in front of
Yeah,
everybody?
and he threw the
Okay,
ball at him.
so what? Yeah, and he threw the ball at him and all. I mean, hard too. Like if he
Yeah,
wasn't, if his anticipation and awareness wasn't so smooth, that shit would have smacked him dead in his face or his chest. So what I'm trying to say is, bro, he didn't need none of that because he's been coached hard. He's never been coached with, yeah, that's great, Lonzo. That's a good job. When it ain't a good job, he's been told, nigga, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. You feel me? When he fuck up, put it this way. Yesterday's game, and for people who to say he had a solid game, I can put my bottom dollar on it. That ain't the way his mama nor his daddy or none of them is feeling.
yeah,
None of the Ball family felt like Lonzo had a good game yesterday.
I agree with that. I don't think Lonzo think he had a good game either. For sure, for sure.
So I mean, not even a solid game, not even because they know what he could do, bro. So it's
Yeah,
disappointing. So it's
yeah,
like when LaMelo hit him with 2 points, bro. Like you only took 2 shots. Like what's up, my nigga? Like when your little brother tell you that, and that's why he didn't want to go over there because he already know LaMelo is gonna do his stuff. And now but see, to me, if he was a confident dude, he would have took that on like hell yeah, you my little brother, and you and like even LeVar been saying, LaMelo look up to Lonzo, and that's where he trying to reach and get better than Lonzo. So
yeah,
that's what his and that's true. So that should light a fire under Lonzo's ass and say, okay, you here, little nigga, but now I'm here with you, and I'm gonna show you who big bro is, which only makes us better because now I'm unlocking my full get down.
yeah. I think
That's
you're
what I'm
right,
like.
bro. I think had Lonzo went to Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, he would have definitely already been in his element because he would have been playing with LaMelo and that energy would have been there and he would have had to play up every night. You know what I'm saying? Because he's right
Because
next
you
to his
need
brother.
those guys. I remember Gary Payton, not to cut you off, but Gary
You good?
Payton, the great Hall of Fame Gary Payton said him and Sean Kemp, bro, and the reason why they had a great chemistry like that, because they could tell each other like brothers and say, bro, you better get in his ass tonight. You better get in Jordan ass. You let him, Sean Kemp used to tell Gary Payton, like, you better not let him bust you up, shit like that, and Gary Payton sticking them on defense in the glove. Like they used to hold each other accountable and really talk shit to each other on the sideline. Like Gary Payton tell him, nigga, fuck the mailman, nigga, you better do him in, woo woo woo. Like nigga, you the fucking Rain Man, nigga. You don't be out here sucker shit. Like you feel me? That niggas need that, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas need that. You feel me? So that's guess what LaMelo would have been doing to Lonzo or Lonzo vice versa. You feel me? Or Jello, they in the huddle together. Listen, bro, let's get this shit going. What the fuck is we
Yo,
doing?
Pope, do you think that Lonzo not choosing to go to Charlotte was him still being kind of maybe, like I said, trying to find his own path, having a bit more, having still trying to heal that relationship with LeVar? Because maybe I think that has to do with it a little bit too. Because remember, Lonzo was the face of Big Baller Brand, right? And Lonzo took a lot of heat for Big Baller Brand, and I think LeVar when he was coming under the pressure because Tina was injured and he was having to deal with everything on his own. I think he put a lot of pressure on Lonzo, which he can handle, which Lonzo can handle the pressure, right? But I think that it did leave a bad taste in his mouth because of everything being so nationally televised, right? And I think that's where Lonzo may have made himself his decisions, good or bad, right? Based off of him wanting to be his own man, right? And again, I'm not saying be his own man as in follow the narrative of social media and people that try to separate the family.
Yeah,
But I think
but
more
that's what he
so in the
doing
sense of,
though, kid. You don't see what he doing, kid. You don't see what this man is doing. Come on, kid. You too smart. That's why I love you, bro. Like I'm talking about your spirit. I connect with it. I'm telling you. So when I tell you, you don't see what this young man is doing. He really doing his own thing, which ain't cool because this is a team sport, and your two brothers plays alongside of you better than damn near anybody else that you can go play with. Anybody else, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan ain't gonna be as good as Jello and motherfucking Melo with you. Period. So you making a dumb decision by going over there talking about be my own? No, how about you be the leader of this team over here with your little brothers, which y'all actually not just because they're your brothers, but because y'all dynamic together.
right,
Y'all
right.
explosive. Y'all chemistry is something like we ain't never seen before. How about you showcase that now on the NBA level? Let me even take it one step further for you. Eli Scott coming into the league next year, he going to be considered probably around 15th, 16th pick, 14th pick, somewhere like that, where Charlotte can get him. Big O is sitting over Atlanta Hawks on a bench.
That's
You can go
crazy.
get him. No, this is real reality too. This ain't even far
Let
fetched.
me
This is what I'm saying.
let
Lonzo
me
should have
let,
been
let
thinking.
me say one thing real quick. What do you think about what Rap God said? What do you think about? Do you think Zoe's still overcoming some of his injuries? Because injuries can affect you, bro, and your subconscious. And remember, we have to address this, Pope, because everything you're saying, I do agree with the point of what you're saying. I do agree with it, right? And I know that you actually agree with me too. I know you're not disagreeing with me. You're just emphasizing what you want to see from him and what you believe he needs to get through, right? I get that, but just for the sake
Persevere.
of
I want to
this,
see him
right?
persevere.
Persevere, right? You just want to see him get through it. You just tired of everybody talking about it, and you
Cause
just
it
want to
ain't.
see him get through it because it's so
Yeah, it's
entertaining
not.
to
It's
see him
not
play.
health, man.
Because
I
to
see.
see
That's what.
Lonzo play at his highest level is so entertaining. He is transcendent, right? But it's hard for us to keep that narrative on him when he's playing like this, right? For sure. But just for the sake of argument, right? For the play devil's advocate and for the conversation, do you think he is still overcoming his the mental from his injuries? Because yes, we want to say, oh nah, he's good now. But we have to remember, bro, like to be fair, what Rap God Reloaded said, he said to be fair, it's only his second fully healthy season. Zoe don't make layups consistently because he jumps off 2 feet, gives the defense a chance to block him, right? Okay, that's fair with the layups, right? But in regards to his health, right? There are adjustments that you have to make over time. This is not an excuse, but we have to add that in
Yes, it
combination
is.
with what he went through,
No,
right?
yes, because look how many great players that has been injured. Look at Anthony Davis, just for an example. He's been injured damn near every single year of his career, every year. But guess what? He's still considered top 5 player in the league. He just came back from an injury just now. He just started playing with his first game out. He dropped 30 points. First game out from an injury. We ain't seen Anthony Davis in I don't know how long, and he stayed getting injured. But it don't stop him until he gets injured. Look at another example. Gordon Hayward, stay getting injured all the time. Had a gruesome, you talking about gruesome injury, bone sticking out his fucking leg. Paul
Yeah.
George, gruesome injuries. And these dudes came back like they never left. So that's not an excuse. We
This is
can't
what I'll
give them
say.
that.
This is what
It's
I'll
too
say,
many
Pope.
players that overcame those
I
things.
agree, and I think Lonzo's overcame it as well, but I think he's just still has because you notice in that you know what I noticed in that Detroit game, um, he gave up a lot of his shots, right? Like he was about to shoot it, and then he did a pump fake, and I want to see Lonzo. What I want to see from Lonzo is I want to see him shoot more contested shots, bro. I want to see him get back to shooting contested shots, bro. Like it's okay, trust your shot. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot it up. You with a team that is going to allow you to shoot your shot and they're gonna still give you the ball back. And I think again, it's important to acknowledge what you're saying, but it's also important for me to emphasize that I do believe he's still breaking from because here's the thing, Pope. Everything you're saying is valid, but it's so important that we acknowledge the importance of mental health, right? I myself
Yeah.
am challenged with mental health, right? We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to everything in a second, right? But I myself struggle with mental health. I struggle with depression, right? And but of course, like you said, the depression is an excuse for me to stop going, right? The depression isn't an excuse for me not to post this video because you never know what can happen when you fight through it, right? But
You're
but
definitely right.
but but it's important to acknowledge that it's there, right? It's important to acknowledge that it's there in order for you to get through it, right? And I think
That's
Lonzo
huge.
is in that process, huh? Would you say, Pope?
No, that's huge what you're saying. I believe
Yeah,
that's his whole problem. I
right.
think it's only all mental, and he might have ain't no might. He's showing, bro. That I think it's clear now that he got mental issues, bro. It's all this shit is getting to him. It's this is the guy, and people wondering how could it get to him? Look at his father, look at his brothers. But this is the one guy where it's getting to him, bro. All of this shit that's happening, uh, even from his mother's health, even from, hold on.
Because yeah, I wanna go off what Pope was saying in regards to his mother's health. We gotta remember
Have
too.
a good day, bro.
And look,
Yeah,
Pope,
yeah, no, yeah.
just to piggyback off what you said though, bro. Like you said, bro, we gotta remember, like you said, everybody, all
Don't
of them came
slam,
into
don't
the league.
slam.
All of them
Uh
came
huh.
into the league differently, right? And we gotta remember, like Lonzo, bro, right before he came into the league, his mom caught the stroke, bro. And
That's
he
right. I
came
was
into the
just
league
about to
with that
say that.
energy, bro. He came. So you got to think about the trauma that's not healed. He's still healing, bro. And again, it's not an excuse. It's
No,
just a
no, no. That ain't an
perspective.
excuse.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That
just
ain't
an.
an
It's just
excuse.
yeah. It's just a perspective to give layers to what, because he is the oldest. You got listen, man. Let me give y'all a little story, bro. I'm gonna get real. I'm gonna get personal with y'all for a second. I have an older sister. Okay, I have actually two older sisters, right? And my older sister, bro, she was there for me when I was at my lowest with my father in different situations, right? But here's also what we've gone through the most extreme shit, right? Because guess what? My sister projected onto me what she experienced with my father. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that sometimes when you're the oldest, you get the hard. You're the strongest. You get the strong. You become the strongest. Just like the youngest become the savior of the family, right? You become the strongest, but you also become the most calloused, and you become the hardest in different ways. And sometimes before you become calloused and before you become strong enough to really resist it at different levels, you have to heal and get over things, because you know for a fact that Lonzo's bothered that LaMelo's playing better than him. We know for a fact that he's thinking about how is Jello gonna perform. I think Lonzo still has his own confidence, but Lonzo, as the oldest son, bro, he's healing from a lot, man. And we have to acknowledge this, Pope, as people who have really seen it. We have to acknowledge the unique journey that the Ball family is on. It's a different kind of pressure. It's a different kind of energy. Because here's the thing, too. I think that Lonzo, and again, this is kind of off the topic a little bit, but it's I'm trusting my intuition. I have to speak this. I really believe Lonzo wants to get back with Big Baller Brand. I really believe that he wants to position himself in a way, though, that enables him to have more control and more say, and just has more when he goes back. People don't say he just went back for his father. People say he. And again, I know that you're saying
No,
it like he left the whole plan. Hold on, Pope. I know you're thinking like he left the whole plan, right? But we have to also acknowledge that we don't know the intricacies of what he really went through and what the challenges he was dealing with on his own, right? Because LeVar was probably depending on him to do everything as the eldest. And sometimes that's a lot of pressure, man. And it doesn't mean it's not worth pressure. And it doesn't mean it's not worthwhile pressure. But sometimes you have to take a step back. Like myself, I had to take a step back to my family. Because even though I'm not the oldest, I'm like LaMelo, where they were expecting me to bring everybody up, right? But sometimes you got to step back for yourself, because if you don't step back for yourself, you can get lost in the shuffle of doing what everybody wants you to do. And I think that's what Lonzo found himself in with all the polarizing energy. Not that I think he should have left Big Baller Brand, and not that I think he should have gone against the plan of being with his brothers. But I think it all plays a part when we're talking about an individual that's healing. Because again, like you said about Alvin Gentry, right? Alvin Gentry pulled Lonzo out of that game, that first game, the first game of the season. with the Toronto Raptors when Lonzo was playing great. Because you were saying he pulled him out when he wasn't playing good in the bubble, yeah, but that was because a whole bunch of bullshit that went on during the season, and Alvin Gentry repeated that shit in the bubble, and Lonzo unfortunately decided to give up. He gave up after those two
No,
game
no, I'm
losses,
talking
right?
about when he first got to the Pelicans. He was starting, and then he lost his starting job. And Williams or Lewis, whatever one of them was starting.
Kyra
He
Lewis.
was sit. Yeah, he was sitting on the bench. This was when Drew Holiday was there. Zion was a rookie. Nikhil Alexander was a
But that's
rookie.
what I'm
Jackson
saying, too,
Hayes.
Paul. That's what I'm saying. That shit wasn't supposed to go down like that. Alvin Gentry fell to the pressure, bro. Alvin Gentry
No,
was a
no,
decent.
because they actually
Hold on,
lit a
hold on, Pope.
fire
Hold on,
under
Pope. Hold on,
Lonzo's
Pope. Hold
ass.
on,
He
Pope.
started
Hold on,
playing
Pope.
better. So no, I
Hold
can't
on,
say
Pope.
that. You can't.
Hold
He
on, Pope.
played better,
I
bro.
gotta say it. I gotta say it, bro. Alvin Gentry, because I got a whole series on Alvin Gentry that I made, right? Because I watched it and I'm very objective. I remember when Luke Walton became the coach of the Lakers, I really believed in Luke Walton. But then he showed me that he was not to be trusted when it came to Lonzo, and Lonzo Ball was balling in LA. People were saying his shot was fucked up. He was missing shots, but he was hella clutch and he was balling in LA. That's why everybody in LA misses him because they remember what he brought to that Lakers team, right? But Alvin Gentry did the same thing. Okay, there will be moments where Alvin Gentry did trust Lonzo and he did give Lonzo the reins, but there will be times where he held him back. Okay, and again, these are things as a player you have to fight through. Yes, you have to get through these things. You have to fight through these things, and you have to not let nothing stop you. And I think that's what Lonzo's learning. But sometimes, like I said, when you're in a certain position in life, things become harder for you to deal with in certain ways, right? And I think that Lonzo Ball being the oldest, having all that pressure and dealing with all those things, and then not getting the credit. Remember, he didn't even get the credit for being a leader for the Lakers. He didn't get the credit for being the leader for the Pelicans, bro. Okay, so I think he's still adjusting to finally being in a position where players were not only the team, because I always believe that the Pelicans and the Lakers, the team, the players believed in Lonzo. But because it was always a conflict with the players and the coaching staff because the coaching staff was always paying attention to the media, bro. Right? The coaching staffs were paying attention. They were caught up in the polarizing energy of the Ball family, and so they always held Lonzo back, bro. This is just the facts, right? And so I think that what's happening in Chicago right now is we're seeing Lonzo adjusting to finally being back in a space where he feels like he can actually make mistakes. But because Lonzo is such a calculated player, he likes to make calculated mistakes, and that's okay. Because what I think we're going to see tonight against against the Pelicans is we're going to see Lonzo. We're going to see Lonzo shooting like LaMelo was shooting like against the Indiana Pacers. We're going to see him shooting like he was shooting in preseason. But more specifically, I think we're going to see Lonzo commit to driving the ball to get more foul calls and to go to that line more. And he's going to take that pressure of shooting those free throws because he also had to go through that trauma of missing his free throws. Okay, so there's a lot of spells right now that Lonzo's trying to break. And I think he's breaking them slowly but surely because we have to acknowledge that, he's making small incremental changes that in New Orleans we weren't even seeing until towards the end of the seasons, which was him shooting the mid range. He's shooting the mid range more than he's going for layups right now. And that's good. It's like he's work. I feel like Lonzo's working his way back into his flow of how he played, but he had to but that's what I'm trying to tell you, Pope, right? Lonzo plays a certain way. And I think he's getting used to. He hasn't been able to play his style, and his style he can't force his style because it includes the team, right? And he's always had the team playing with him. But when you got the coach yelling at you because they don't understand how you play, it affects you, bro. And I think Lonzo has a coach finally in Billy Donovan where he's gonna be able to find himself again, bro. Where wouldn't it, I think this is the take. I might have to put this in the title. Lonzo's gonna start. This the season for Lonzo to find himself again, right? To do what he needs to do to make the Pope happy again, to make Kid Max happy again. This is the season. This is the season. I believe it, bro, but it's gonna take him having confidence and taking those risks because I'm not mad at Lonzo passing up some of the shots he passed up against the Detroit Pistons. He passed up some good shots, but he made some good passes. But there was some like he still showed some signs of like, passing it out when he made it to the free throw line. I want to see him stop passing it out all the time, even though I know he's used to having the center there. I want to see him just throw it up to the fucking throw it up, man. You get to the you right under the basket, just throw it behind, just throw it up and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him do that more. I don't care what it looks like, Lonzo. Lonzo, I don't care what it looks like, bro.
Right.
You do all that work. You do all that work to get to the fucking line, to get to the under the basket, motherfucker. My brother, just throw it up. Throw it up. Look up and throw it up. Don't do all that work in confidence. Run into the basket, and then when you get to the basket, you're reminded of LA. You're reminded of New Orleans when nobody believed in you and everybody was making memes of you. Nah, when you get under the basket, Lonzo, think of yourself. Think of who you are, and look back up to the basket and make those refs call a foul, man. Make those refs. Don't bail those refs out. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're gonna see Lonzo do that this year, bro. And tonight, that's why I made this video. I think you being on here is a sign. Rap guy being on here and everybody being on here is a sign for me that I made the right decision, because I really believe that he's gonna make sure. I think tonight he's gonna really implement a lot of the things he's been practicing. He's already been implementing his mid range. That's a big step. Him implementing his mid range is a big step, right? He made, because one thing I saw about Lonzo is when he missed that mid range shot, he was real disappointed, because there was a mid range shot he took on the left. Remember that he took a left mid range shot, and that was the first, and he missed that shot. And he was missing the shots all night. But after he missed that mid range, that was the first time I saw him look down and get down on himself, right? But then he came back and he still shot it. He still went to shoot him, and he made a couple of them, right? And I like that. And I feel like he's just working his way through it, bro. I think he's just working his way through it. And I think that it's just going to take time, but he's got the perfect team to do that with. I think that, look, bro, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm going to give you another example. This is, like, again, this is a loose example, but it's the best example I can give you, right? I do music on the side, right? Not on the side. It's actually my main passion, but it's not for YouTube on this YouTube channel. I'll be promoting it in the future. But the reason why I'm bringing up my music career, right, is because when I was young, right, because I rap and I sing, right? I grew up in the church as well, right? And you know how church people feel about music today. They feel like it's all demonic music and shit like that, right? So whenever you in church and you can sing and rap, they're going to want you to do gospel music, right? And what happened with me is everybody would tell me, yo, you need to be doing gospel music. You need to be doing gospel music, Josh, Jimmy. You need to be doing gospel music, kid. You need to be doing gospel music, right? And the thing about it with me is that this is the truth. I'm about to tell you something really that I'm connected to Lonzo, right? The thing about me was this. I had a spiritual calling to do the music that I felt called to do. My music is already spiritual anyway, right? I don't need to add specific things to make it more spiritual to appease other people, right? It's already spiritual. Right. I felt like I was called to do a mission to make my music in a certain way, right? And the thing about it is there was something in me that felt like if I felt like, yo, if I did gospel music, I would already be famous. I would already be famous right now. I would already be made. And I didn't want that easy route because I didn't feel like that was what I was meant to do. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like Lonzo, when it comes to not going with his brothers in this situation, it's the same thing, bro. This is him trying to prove to himself, because he's already done it twice, bro. He risked the contract in New Orleans. He bet on himself. That shows he's willing to take the pressure, right? And I think him choosing to go to Chicago, you have a valid point in him wanting to hide out, but I don't believe it's truly about him wanting to hide out as much as I believe it's him trying to prove it to himself. I really believe he's trying to prove to himself, get his confidence back, that he is a leader of teams and that he can lead a team to victory on his own accord. Yes, with his brothers, and that's what I'm saying. I think he knows that with his brothers, it's automatic. But I think Lonzo wants to get his credit for, and again, everything in life doesn't happen in a storybook fashion. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's there's deep cuts that happen, and there's different things that go on that make us decide which route is going to be the best for us in regards to our inner fulfillment, bro. And I really believe that Lonzo felt like if he had went to Charlotte, it would have been too easy. That might sound crazy, but when you're striving for greatness, right? When you're striving for greatness inside yourself, and when you have to find fulfillment inside, sometimes taking a harder route is what you feel you need to do in order to prove it to yourself. Whether they win a chip or not, I feel like the Chicago Bulls can win a chip if Lonzo Ball gets back to his old play style, right? Point blank, period. That's what I believe. right? Especially with the team they got, they could win a chip. Period. Right?
Right.
But,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, they too deep. They too deep. And if Lonzo plays transcend, if Lonzo just says, "Yo, man, yo, fuck all the nonsense, bro. Fuck all the nonsense, man. I'm here now. This is my game. They believe in me." And it's gonna take some time. Remember, it takes time for him to. This is another thing. When you playing with teams, like the preseason is one thing, but when you in the regular season and your teammate keeps giving you the ball, that's real confidence. And I think that's what it's gonna take for Lonzo to see. Okay, because sometimes you need different things, bro. Everybody needs different things. You know what I'm saying? LaMelo, we just don't know what LaMelo's weaknesses are because he has such an outward personality. So we don't know what his teammates have to do to make him confident. Yes, LaMelo has his own confidence already. I don't think he needs people to make him confident. But what I'm saying is everybody needs some type of boost from their teammates and different people around them. And I think Lonzo, he got that from his team in New Orleans. He got that from his team in LA, but he never got it from his coaching. It was never truly proven. When the game was on the line, they always backed off Alonzo when the game was on the line, and that affects your mental health. I witnessed it all. Okay, and I think what's going to happen with Chicago is he's going to see slowly but surely, because I've seen it already, and I believe that Billy Donovan is testing Lonzo, but in a healthy way, because what he's doing is he's showing Lonzo, yes, we still want you to be the point guard. We're still trusting you, because if you notice, when he brings in Alex Caruso, he brings in Alex Caruso first with Lonzo, right? And then he takes Lonzo out with like 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, right? But even though he takes him out, what he does is he brings him right back into that. Right when the next quarter starts, Lonzo's right back in the game. That has not happened, Pope. That has not
Yeah.
happened in 4 years, Pope. In 4 years,
You
Lonzo, when
like
he was taken out, listen, when he was taken out, bro, every time this happened in LA, and it's happened in New Orleans with Alvin Gentry, bro. When he was taken out, the next quarter he wasn't back in straight away, bro. It was like he wasn't coming back into the game until like sometimes 9 minutes left, 7 minutes left, he would come back into the game. That's how bad it was, bro. That's how bad it was. And of course, you still got to fight your way. This is not an excuse for not fighting for yourself. But we have to acknowledge as well that there's certain habits and certain things that he's fighting through right now, now that he's got a team back behind him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think is going to happen with the Bulls. I think that Lonzo's really going to see that Zach LaVine really believes in him, that they saw his value as a competitor because they played against him, right? DeMar DeRozan, really, he's going to see that DeMar DeRozan really believes in him because DeMar saw his value as a competitor. And Alex Caruso, that's what I love about Alex Caruso, is that Alex Caruso does his shots, he takes his plays, he does his aggressiveness, but he gives it back to Lonzo Ball. That's important. That's so significant because that's what Lonzo needs, because Lonzo reads the game differently. Just like he reads his own shots differently, he reads the game differently. He needs the ball to make those decisions because he's not like LaMelo, where LaMelo can make those plays off the ball and he's used to just shooting it because he's a shooting guard and a point guard. Lonzo's a pure point guard that has the ability to score and has the ability to be transcendent. Literally pure point guard. I won't even call Lonzo a shooting guard, but LaMelo's I don't even call Lonzo a combo guard. Lonzo's a pure point guard that can shoot the ball, dunk the ball, and play transcendently. LaMelo's a combo guard, and so is LiAngelo, because they all were used to playing without the ball because Lonzo had the ball. That's why Lonzo uses screens so much, because that's a part of his game. Because guess what? When he gets the screen, I'm gonna go and find my space, and if that closes up, my center's right there. I can use that as an extra escape play, or I can pass it across the court to the sideline for the 3-point shot. Okay, so but Lonzo now is getting back to the point where he's like, okay, now I can really find those spaces I like to find to my layup. Now I can find those spaces I like to find my mid-range shot, and that's what I want to acknowledge that we're seeing him take those mid-range shots. It's important to acknowledge that, and I think it's gonna all come back home this year, bro. I think this Pelicans game. That's why I want to make this video. This Pelicans game, I have a good feeling. Because obviously, like, I think Lonzo felt embarrassed last night. I mean, a couple nights ago. I think that was embarrassing for him. He didn't like that because, like you said, he's feeling the pressure. But he can handle the pressure. He's not falling to the pressure, but he's feeling the pressure because he made the decision, like you said. He made the decision not to go join his brothers, right? He made the decision to leave Big Baller Brand, right? And he made the decision to say, hey, I want to make a run. a playoff run, a championship run with this team on my own to show that I am the vocal point. I am essential to a team's victory. Right? Yes, we know as Ball family fans and supporters, we know that him, LaMelo, and Jello are transcended together, and they will be unbelievable basketball that no one can stop. Point blank, period. Especially if they have an Eli Scott and a Kongu on their team, right? That rebounds the ball and knows their position, right? Point blank, period, right? But I really believe that Lonzo just is having to go through these things, and again, everything that we're saying is significant. Everything you're saying is significant. That he just has to break through it. That's all you're really saying. If anybody's confused by what you're saying, all you're really saying is that Lonzo just got to break through it. You know what I'm saying? He just got to shoot through it, and that's what I want to see. Like, even though like I said, I respect his IQ for the game, so I'm not mad at some of his passes, right? But I want to see Lonzo still taking contested shots again, because he used to take more. Lonzo Ball took more contested shots with his other jump shot than he does this new jump shot. You notice that? Lonzo Ball took way more contested shots with that other jump shot than he does this jump shot. And I think part of it is because of the form of the shot. This form of the shot is more upright. So he has to get an advantage when he shoots. He has to jump a little bit quicker. Whereas his other jump shot, he didn't have to jump as fast because it was like they had to reach to block the ball because he pulled it from the side, right? And I think he got that the significance of the power of his shot, but it's all gonna come back around, Pope. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to let me see what Rap Guy's talking about real quick, Pope. His former teammates like him off the court, but Kid is spot on in regards to having full trust from his head coaches. Yeah, bro. He had no trust from Alvin. Like, Alvin Gentry literally pulled him out, bro, of that Toronto Raptor game when Lonzo Ball was on fire, bro. He pulled him out, and it wasn't no pull him out to take a break. It wasn't no pull him out to like rest them. It was like dumb as fuck. And it was like repeating the cycle because people were following the lead. Because we have to remember how polarizing the Ball family energy was during that time. And we don't know. There was a lot of shit going on back then, bro, that just was questionable when it comes to the coach's decision, bro. Point blank, period, bro. Lonzo Ball is, I really believe Lonzo Ball is really just adjusting again to being able is adjusting again of being with the team that actually trusts him fully when it comes to the coaching staff, bro. Honestly, it's a very significant point that we have to make. What else did Rap got to say? Lonzo also plays 4 positions. I disagree with you, Kid, that he isn't a combo guard / forward. It's positionless basketball. Well, when I say position, when I say you mean that on defense. On defense, yes. I'm talking about offensively. He can play any position offensively, but his style is more from the point guard level of how he penetrates the offense, right? I don't because that's how he's used to playing with the ball.
He don't penetrate no offense though.
He can though. He can. He does. You talking about right now?
Can,
but what we're talking about, huh?
You saying
go ahead, folks. What you saying?
When you only got see, the thing is, I ain't even tripping on 12 points, 13 points. My thing is, if you're a pure point guards don't have 4 assists. Pure point guards do not only come up with 4 assists.
I do agree. Yo, Pope, I do feel like he was definitely being. Listen, when I started the Detroit game, right? I feel like this is the thing, bro. I think. Listen, I'm saying. I think what I'm hoping for is what I believe is that I think the Chicago Bulls have developed a really tight-knit chemistry, right, on the inside and behind the scenes, right? And so I think Lonzo has a bit more confidence of being himself, and a part of that is him observing the game, because he doesn't need the ball in his hands at all times, right? He does when he's playing and he's facilitating, right? But because he's playing with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, right? I believe a part of Lonzo's game is observing how they play. So when he gives them the ball, right? When you see those plays where Lonzo just says, "Yo, Zach, take it up," or when he's like, "Yo, DeMar, take it up," I don't believe that's Lonzo Ball being passive. I think that's Lonzo Ball observing the game from a different angle, while he lets his other teammates find their flow offensively, and he looks for his potential to get his shots off.
That's not what point guards do.
No. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, though. I get where you're coming from, but I'm telling you what his type of point guard is, right? Because I'm telling you,
what?
Listen. But I know what you're saying. But to me, he's handled the ball more than enough, right? But he's giving it up a couple times more than he needs to give it up. And that's because of him taking a mental break. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, right? Taking a mental break to observe the team, right? But also trying to find his shot again on the side. But that's because he's been conditioned to do that, Pope. Remember, those years in the Pelicans, that's what he was conditioned to do, bro. He's breaking free from that. Billy Donovan, like, bro, every time, listen, in the LA, and in the Pelicans, bro, he literally never really had the ball in his hands when he was tired, bro. Like, they were always telling him to give the ball to BI. They was always telling him give the ball to fucking whoever in LA. I don't even remember what they was doing in LA. They were just benching him, man. It was crazy. Okay? But the thing about Lonzo is he's breaking free from a lot of those things. When he needs to take a break, he takes a break. Because remember, Lonzo's a lot on defense. So sometimes he needs to take a break from bringing it up. But he's gonna get to the point where he's bringing it up all the time. But he knows how to keep his teammates engaged. And DeMar needs to bring it up sometimes. Sometimes Zach does need to bring it up. He knows that. Remember, Lonzo's game is beyond the stat sheets, right? And sometimes it's pertaining to just knowing your teammates and what they need. And he knows that sometimes Zach needs to bring the ball up. Period. He knows that. And so when he feels like he needs to take a break, he gives the ball to Zach, right? But to go back to what we was talking about, let me get to some of these comments real quick. Let me see what but rap guy, I get what you're saying though. I understand what you're saying. You said Lonzo also plays for position. He does play for positions, but the way he plays those, he needs to. What we need to see to get to your point, we need to see. I want to see Lonzo posting niggas up more. Okay, I want to see him do what he did to Patrick Beverly, but I want to see him posting him up more, and he needs to work on that. He needs to work on his post up moves and be okay with potentially losing it. He's okay. Like just fight for that shit, Lonzo. Just fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what you're talking about. Dream Out Loud. He's attacking a lot more this season. Yeah, I agree. That's what I said. I think he has been shooting more mid range. He's been trying his floater out. Okay, and he's been trying to get more into the paint. That's good signs considering what we saw from him last year. So that's why I said I feel like he's gonna break through it. He's just the way he breaks through it is analyzing the game and analyzing the defense. He doesn't just force it because that's not in his game. Those aren't his handles. He has a more calculated handles, and he has good handles, but it's more calculated. And the reason why it doesn't look flashy, his handles, is because when he has to force the play, it looks like he doesn't have handles. But once his team knows how to defend with him, once his team knows how to play offense with him, it makes it easier for Lonzo to find his style. You know what I'm saying? But I like what I'm seeing so far too, except for him not being aggressive and taking certain shots. I want to see Lonzo take more contested shots. I don't give a fuck. I want to see Lonzo shoot his three. If you're going to shoot that three, Lonzo, I want to see you shoot it contested, my nigga. Shoot that shit contested, bro. Get it up there because you got that kind of shot. Or if you're going to do the pump fake, Lonzo, do the pump fake and then drive. Do the pump fake and drive. Don't do the pump fake and stop and pass it to the perimeter. No. Lonzo, do the pump fake, drive to the mid-range, and shoot the mid-range shot. Do the pump fake, drive to the mid-range. You can't do the mid-range, drive to the basket, and then pass it to the perimeter. That's what we're going to start seeing from him. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Drew is saying. I noticed how he made Zoe switch up second half. I don't know what you're talking about right there, big dog. I think you may be talking about I don't know what you're talking about right there, big dog.
He took the point. He's not the point guard there. That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying. He took the ball out of his hands because he ain't playing the point guard right. And the Bulls struggled in that game because it was clear they didn't.
He wasn't being as aggressive as he should have been, right?
No. They didn't have a point guard to put people in. It's like this.
Yeah, he wasn't really calling no plays for nobody as much.
Let me cook that right quick. Let me say.
Go ahead.
I've been listening for a while, and you got some good points. But then
hold on, let me answer Dream Out Loud real quick. Hold on, Pope. Let me answer Dream Out Loud. No, when Zoe is in the game, he needs to bring it up at all times, right? They got to stagger minutes so these guys can bring it up when he's not out there. Okay, I get that. Hold on real quick. Who's LeBron B.I. had the ball more frequently in LA by his second season. Zoe may off the ball. Yeah, he's played his whole shit's been different. But go ahead, Pope. Cook up real quick.
Yeah, it's like you having a quarterback, right? This is the same fucking scenario. It's like you having a quarterback You got good wide receivers, great wide receivers, and all you doing is handing the ball off. What
Yeah,
is you doing? What is you a quarterback for? You're supposed to get people in place and even do audibles. A coach might call one play, but if you see something, a mismatch somewhere, or you see somebody lined up wrong, what does the quarterback do? He audibles. He audibles out the play, gets everybody ready. Okay, this is what we're gonna do here, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we doing. You understand
yeah.
me? And then the team fall in suit. Lonzo has no voice. He's seen you. We say his chemistry, and he feels he don't look comfortable at all. He don't look like he want to be there. It ain't even about his stats. His body language is horrible. It tells you a whole lot. You can just look at him and say something wrong with this kid. It's mentally.
Okay,
It
Pope,
ain't even.
Pope, Pope. I want to get on what Dream said, right? Because I get where you're coming from. Because like I said, there were a couple times where he passed it off, and I'm like, why are you passing it off, right? But again, I feel like there's reasons for that. But at the same time, you're right. He needs to take it on when he's tired. He needs to commit. But again, to go back to what I
Bro,
referenced
J.
earlier,
Kidd
bro,
had Vince Carter. We compare
he's
him to J.
he's break.
Kidd, right? And
Hold on,
rightfully
Pope. Hold on,
so.
Pope. Hold on,
We
Pope. Hold on, Pope. Hold on, Pope. He's breaking free from his mental trauma from the past, bro. Okay, he's with a team where he can do that. He's taking his time, but like Dream Out Loud said, because I noticed this as well. Billy is trusting in Zoe, and he's talking to Zoe. I think I know what scene you're talking about, Dream Out Loud. But let me read your comment out completely, right? So Dream Out Loud says Billy made Zoe get aggressive in the second half. That's what I'm saying. Watch the game. The coach were over there talking to him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that they're gonna help him get back because, bro, here's the thing, bro. Sometimes you just need people that believe in what you do. It's okay. I know we believe, and we believe that he should just know how to do it. But he's still, bro. How old is let me look this up right quick, man. How old is Lonzo? Lonzo's what? 26, 23? Hold on, man.
24.
24. Let me look. Let me see. Let me look and see
24, man.
how he's 24. Lonzo's 24, right? Let me. No, he's 23, bro. Lonzo's 23, man. Okay,
Going
this
on
nigga
24 in like a couple of months or
in a couple of
something.
months. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio too, so I'm about to be big 3-0 in a couple of months. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Right.
but look. This is what I'm trying to say, Pope. You should know. You know what I'm saying? You said how old you were, bro. Sometimes, bro, he's young, man. He's young, bro, and he's in a gladiator arena, my nigga. Like he needs, bro. Sometimes, bro, he went through 4 years of trauma. Period. Not only about being injured, but his coaching staff. Listen, bro, his coach in LA, bro. Luke Walton literally said that he benched Lonzo Ball when asked at a press conference. Luke Walton literally said out his mouth, it's on video. He said, I benched him because his dad was talking shit, man. Okay? Remember,
He
Lonzo
was
Ball came in.
joking,
Hold on, hold
man.
on, hold on. Let me cook right quick. Right? I know you off the gas. I wish I was like, I'm on the gas too. I'm with you, bro. I know, right? But listen what I'm telling you, right? Listen, Lonzo Ball came into the game with the pressure of BBB and with the pressure of number 2 pick. It's okay. That's warranted pressure. That's the pressure you wanted, right? Be one of the greatest, right? But remember, because of what was going on with LeVar, bro, he was having to fight for the coach's trust just to play his game. When he was playing his game, we're not talking about the Lonzo right now. We're talking about the Lonzo Ball straight up for UCLA. That his second game scored 30 points, right? That's what we're talking about. And we're talking about throughout the whole time of him doing that, he was getting no credit, no love, no respect from his coaching, and they kept pulling him in and out, and they literally was like destroying his game, bro. This cannot be forgotten, bro. Those 2 years he was being blackballed. A lot of people say he wasn't being blackballed. A lot of people say if he
Melo had the same treatment, my brother.
hold
Same
on, no.
treatment
It
for
was
Melo
different.
Ball.
Different experience. No. I'm about to cook right
No, he
quick,
was
Pope.
getting pulled in and
No,
out the
Pope.
game. He was getting
I gotta
yanked
cook
in and
right
out the
quick, Pope.
game. What are you talking about?
I gotta cook, Pope. Yeah, but like I said, he only went through that in the league half the year. Lonzo went through that for 4 years, bro. I'm telling you that.
No, because listen, the difference
No, Pope,
what you
let me
keep.
finish. No, Pope, no,
Man,
let
you
me
didn't even
finish,
let
bro.
me
Let
finish.
me finish, Pope. I got you, bro. Don't worry. I gotta get this clip because everybody's journey is different. LaMelo went through a lot. He went through a lot before he came into the league, and it mattered, bro. And he went through some of the pressure as well with being hazed by the coaches, bro. But it was only for half a year. He didn't have to deal with it as much as Lonzo because we was on the ass. We was on the ass from the jump. Lonzo had to deal with it in a different way because they wasn't listening to us when Lonzo came into the league, my nigga. They wasn't listening to us. They didn't give a
You
fuck
think it
about
was
us.
us? Say
They didn't give a
that's
fuck about
now that's
LeVar.
a ridiculous take right
Listen,
there. Cause it wasn't us. It was
Pope. Hold on, bro.
Lamelo,
I
bro.
got to snap right quick.
Hold
Pope,
on, bro. Because
Pope, 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 Pope,
it's,
Pope. I got to snap. No, bro. I got to snap. Hold on.
you say
Let me snap. No. I got to break it down. Look, listen. What Lonzo went through was different than what LaMelo went through, bro. Period. Okay? The pressure that Lonzo went through in
it
LA,
was worse.
it was different, bro. Different,
It's
bro.
worse.
It was worse, my nigga. LaMelo went through a lot. LaMelo went through a lot. And
I
his
said
shot,
Lamelo's was worse. He had to come
okay,
off the bench for Devontae Little Grams and Charlotte Hornets.
bro,
He had to come
bro.
off the bench,
But
and he
listen, bro.
didn't
You
get the
got
starting job until he had to take it. He had to
Lonzo when he
take
was
it.
starting.
He
But look,
took
when
it.
Lonzo was starting though, right? This is difference though. When Lonzo was starting though, right? Even though they gave him they acted like they gave him the keys. Luke Walton acted like but Luke Walton only did that because he had to do it. That's why he played Lonzo the way he played him. He took him out. It's almost like having a starter that was really a bench player. That's how he played Lonzo
Go
Ball. No, Pope, no, Pope. I'm telling you the
go
facts,
look
bro.
at the minutes
I,
Lonzo
I,
played in
I
his
don't care
rookie
about the minutes.
season. Go
That's
look
what I'm
at
trying to tell you. That's why I
minutes
just said
that
what I
Melo
said.
played.
No, Pope. That's why I said what I said, bro. Listen, just let me snap right quick, bro. Just chill, right? Let me really break this down, bro. This is very important, bro. Because I hear what you're saying, and it's important that LaMelo gets defended, and LaMelo his journey is important, but it's important that we do not forget what Lonzo went through just because we're in a new day and age right now, and it's easy to forget because we're not there anymore. No, 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 no. I don't care about Lonzo's minutes, bro, because he wasn't even getting the minutes he needed to get anyway because we were saying back then that he needed to get 40 minutes. That's how fresh off of Chino Hills we were. He doesn't need 40 minutes to be overly effective when you really playing a game right. But during that time, the way that the team was a fresh team, bro. New team. He was supposed to have way more minutes. Not only more minutes, but when he was starting, right, he was basically like a bench player because he would only be able to play like 7 minutes, and then the coach would bench him, right? And of course, you know the coaches go back and forth and shit like that. But what I'm saying, Pope, is that Lonzo Ball, bro. Lonzo Ball is just finding his game again. He basically lost his game, bro. His game was like taken away from him. Okay, that's how I feel.
34 minutes,
Hold
my
on, bro.
dude.
Hold
You
on, Pope.
cannot say it wasn't
Hold on, Pope. Hold on,
34
Pope.
minutes.
Pope, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Because the 34, listen, the 34 was fake. It was a fake 34, my nigga. Because listen, yeah, I know. But only niggas that if you was watching those LA games, you had to have watched all those LA. I watched.
I
Listen, bro.
did. I did.
I literally missed. Listen, Pope. I literally missed Paul George. Paul George is one of my favorite players, right? And I literally missed his whole season in OKC just to follow the situation with Lonzo Ball because I saw how it started in LA and I wanted to make sure that I seen how that shit was going to end because the shit that was happening in LA, Pope, okay, minutes. Anybody that was in LA shouldn't give a fuck about minutes because they know the truth of what was going on there, bro. He was
But I'm
not.
trying to okay, so let me
He was not
defend what I'm
really getting.
saying
He
because
was
this
not
is
really
what I
getting
say
position,
that
bro.
for. Let me say what I say that for because it doesn't that's an excuse because it doesn't matter. LaMelo Ball did he was spotty minutes even when he was starting. He kept taking him in out the game every time LaMelo would start cooking. So the same thing you should know if you watched Charlotte Hornets last year. You should know the same thing Lonzo was going through with the Lakers that LaMelo went through the same thing even when he starting. When Devontae Graham came back, he would bring Devontae Graham in, take LaMelo out so fast, even when LaMelo was starting. But it never wavered. Every time he put LaMelo back in, that boy go off the charts and do some crazy shit that you couldn't deny it. They even took LaMelo off of his point guard spot and let Devontae Graham run the point guard and put LaMelo basically at a small forward because they ran a lineup with Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, and LaMelo Ball. So, bro, he persevered all of that. Lonzo didn't go through that. He only
But look,
averaged
Pope,
26 minutes the whole
Pope,
season. Lonzo averaged
Pope,
34 minutes, bro.
Pope, Pope. But you gotta understand
What are you
something. You
talking
just mentioned
about?
something. Let's talk about LaMelo, right? You have to acknowledge. Would you acknowledge that the LaMelo got the benefit from seeing what Lonzo went through and was prepared more mentally? Would you acknowledge that?
No, I mean, no. I
No,
mean, yes
no,
and
no, no,
no.
no, no,
Yes
no,
and
no, no, no,
no.
no.
Yes.
You got to
It,
acknowledge it, Pope. Nah, bro. Nah, Pope. You got to acknowledge that, bro. You can't tell me
okay.
that. You got to acknowledge
You're
that,
right.
bro.
Yep. You're
Okay,
right,
come
bro.
on now. Come on now.
Yep.
He
You're
saw
right.
what Lonzo went through for 3 years, my nigga. 3 years, bro. 3 years, my nigga. So he was prepared on a different level. He knew what he was stepping into. It was different because again, we have forgotten about Big Baller Brand's impact because they're not repping Big Baller Brand right now. So we've forgotten how big of a deal Big Baller
They
Brand
are
was.
ripping it though.
Yeah, yeah,
Lonzo and
but no, no, no,
Jello
no, no, no. But
created
not
that
like they
that
used to rep it.
luxury shoe. Listen, Lonzo and Leangelo created that BBB luxury shoe. They even been promoting that shoe. They
I
are
know,
well
but I'm
out
talking about no,
there
no, no, no.
with
I know they coming back. I know they coming back to Big Baller Brand. But what I'm saying
coming
though
back. They
is
there, bro. What are you
they there.
talking
I
about?
know,
They
bro.
are
I
representing
know they're
it.
there. I know, but it's still they still easing their way back into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when it was all over the place, when they was wearing the shoes. Lonzo be wearing the slides, and I think he wore the luxury shoe one time on in the baseball game. I ain't seen him repping it nowhere else. Okay,
Right. I
that's what I'm
mean, you're
talking
not
about.
gonna
I'm
wear the
talking
same
about.
shoe. You're a rich guy. You're not gonna wear the same shoe all the
Of
time, my
course
guy.
not, but I ain't seen him rocking no t-shirt. Okay, I ain't seen him rocking no t-shirt to a game yet. Okay, I ain't seen him rock his old ZO2 brand. So to me,
You know?
he's still not all the way in it yet, bro. This is my opinion, right? But listen, we have to acknowledge again. This ain't taking nothing away from LaMelo because LaMelo's journey was his own journey. Lonzo didn't have to go through what LaMelo went through in high school, right? LaMelo went through it in high school where he was being doubted. Okay, he had to change schools, right? He wasn't happy. He had to play overseas, right? He had to develop his game with grown men. So it was a different challenge for LaMelo for sure. That's why he's so good and he's going to be better. He's going to be great, right? However, we have to acknowledge that LaMelo was able to handle that benching situation way better because he was prepared for that. He was already aware that was going to happen, damn near. He didn't expect it. Probably he probably thought he was going to get it straight away, but he was prepared if it was going to happen, and that's why he knew. He's like, oh, if they try to bench me, I'm not going to let them treat me like they treated Lonzo. I'm going to come out straight away because I see what they want or whatever. That's just what it is, bro. We have to acknowledge that Lonzo was the first, bro. And he's stealing from that. That's all. And again, you ain't disagreeing with me necessarily. You just saying that, yeah, Lonzo told LaMelo before getting drafted, take control of his career, because Lonzo not only dealt with it from the family to a degree, even though I still believe that it's in his best interest to continue the Big Baller Brand situation. I think he just had to find his own footing with his father in their relationship, right? But there's probably a reason why Lonzo told LaMelo all the things he told him beyond the LeVar situation, because Lonzo dealt with it coming in because it was just a different situation, bro. Because remember because here's the thing, when he got to LA, he was drafted by Magic Johnson, right? There's a whole bunch of shit that was going on behind the scenes where Lonzo was playing up to par. Like if Magic was coaching, Lonzo would have thrived, I believe, because Magic was wanting Lonzo to really do what he was doing, but it was Luke Walton that wasn't allowing Lonzo to find his pacing when it was like the game was on the line, just moments like that, bro. Point blank, period, bro. And that shit affected him rookie year with all that pressure. We're talking about pressure that we haven't seen in ages, bro. Zion Williamson didn't come into the league with as much pressure as Lonzo. Period. Zion Williamson, they try to make it seem like Zion Williamson came in with more hype than Lonzo. He didn't. We have to. There has been no more. LaMelo isn't even as close because he wasn't rocking BBB as much. That's real shit. LaMelo's hype was real as fuck, and it was big because he was in Australia, right? But because he wasn't rocking the BBB, it wasn't even as big as when it was with Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball came in the league, it was on 2K. They was rocking Big Baller Brand. He had the shoes, and then they were calling his shoes ugly. On top of that, right? So it's just important to acknowledge that, bro. Like he's gonna find his way. He's gonna find his way, Pope. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish cooking before I end the show because I wasn't expecting to go this long. Shout out to Dream Out Loud Media. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to Rap God. I'm gonna let you finish your points, Pope, before we end the show. But I just wanted to clarify that I feel like tonight against the Pelicans, Lonzo Ball is gonna really, really. I think we're gonna see him trying to implement a lot more of what he's been practicing. I think he's already been doing that, but it's just been at a low level, and I want to see him amp that level up. I want to see him take more mid-range shots. fadeaways. I want to see him drive to the basket more. Okay, these are things that he's already doing. That from again, it's so incremental that for people like yourself and even for me, it's frustrating because it's like he could do way more, right? But I'm going off of what I've seen from these last 3 years, based on the damage mentally that was done to him. You know what I'm saying? We have to acknowledge the mental damage that he probably had went through, bro. It's deep. I'm not making excuses. I'm just going off of it, and I'm related to myself a little bit because mental health is real, bro. It's real, my nigga. And when you think about he went through a lot, bro. And I think, and then you know, as a Scorpio, you're a bit more sensitive to people's emotions and different things like that. Every sign is different, you know, whether you believe in it or not, astrology or not, doesn't matter, but it's real. Just like the ocean affects us, we're made of water. Okay, the moon affects the ocean. Okay, but people just aren't connected to nature, so they don't know how they're connected to the world. Okay, it's just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trees give us oxygen. All right, but if you hug a tree today, you look at it as weird. That's how disconnected we are from our own humanity and sovereignty as people, as human beings on Earth. Okay, but so these things do affect us, right? And the thing about it is, I think that Lonzo Ball is in a position where he's in a team where he can finally truly be able to actually find himself again and break free from the damage that was done to him, bro, during that time, bro. Because I think that's why he had to take a break from the family, bro. I really believe that he had to take a break. He had to do something for himself. I really believe that that's what it was about, bro. He said, I had to do this for myself because he took a lot of lobs and punches and jabs to the family. And I think LeVar Ball was so caught up in everything at the time and so trying to get everything going that he put a lot more pressure on Lonzo than he had to, especially on TV, right? Like that moment when that moment when Lonzo was asking to change the name, right? I think, and he asked the guy that LeVar hired. He asked the guy that LeVar hired, he said, what do you think about the name? You changed the name. And LeVar completely shut that down. And as a man, that's taking away your manhood, right? Because he did that on television. And I think Lonzo Ball got tired of that sunning energy because LeVar can be very dominant. And rightfully so. He's a strong man, visionary man. But I think LeVar Ball was succumbing to the pressure, bro, of Tina being out of the game. And I think, it was usually a tag team situation where if LeVar was super high pressure on Lonzo, Tina would come in there with different energy. Tina was just as tough, yes, but I think that she still had a presence that was necessary for the family. And I think when Tina went down with her injury in the stroke, I think that it made LeVar become more of a general than he needed to be, and it took away some of the sentimental value of connecting with his children during that time, right? Because Lonzo was he was the captain of the ship, bro. And he was feeling the pressure, peer pressure. And LeVar was like, why would I change the name? That's a good point. You ain't got to change the name, but sometimes it's how you say things, right? Sometimes the fact that he just shut it down, he didn't even let Lonzo respect the guy that he was working for. He didn't even let Lonzo respect the guy that he hired because he shut him down. He said, I don't give a fuck what he got to say. It ain't his business. But you just hired him. So now Lonzo doesn't even feel like he can build with somebody else in the company, right? That's significant. Okay, so I think that Lonzo had to take a break for himself to re-heal himself and really do this for himself. That's why I think this is gonna be a good situation for him, bro. I agree with your points, Pope. I understand what you're saying about LaMelo, but I think that's so important that we acknowledge, bro. We cannot forget what happened. We have to, maybe sometimes we have to step back and remember how polarizing it was when BBB was out, bro. Because remember, they even made him cover up his own tattoo, bro. He's not. That's how you want to know how fake that shit was from the league. Lonzo, I mean, even though he covered it himself, I don't believe that. I believe that had he not, I think he would have had to cover it this year, because I think that was only done in the league when he had to cover his tattoo because it was so much attention on the family. It was so polarizing, and LeVar was under so much pressure, and LeVar was making so many headlines that they just wanted to nullify it in the league. They tried to make it general. They tried to act like it was about other players. Like they tried to cover up. They talked about what's his name, J.R. Smith's tattoo, the Supreme tattoo. But it was really, I believe that was all for the Ball. That was all like a thing for the Ball family situation, bro. And they made him cover that tattoo up, bro. And quite frankly, I wonder if Lonzo fell to the pressure, because he could have probably said, it's a family brand, it's a family tattoo, it's not like another brand, it's my family, it's not like, but because they were actually competing at that time with the league, bro, it's deep. Okay, so Lonzo was going through a lot of pressure, man, and I think that's why LeBron took a mantle to him. I think that's why LeBron came to the Lakers, bro. He wanted to mentor Lonzo and those young Lakers, but he couldn't get rid of Luke Walton. Okay, he couldn't get rid of Luke Walton, and unfortunately, because of that, he wasn't able to really build with Lonzo in the way that he wanted to. Okay, let me get to these comments real quick. Lonzo told LaMelo before getting drafted.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw that part. You said
hey, yeah,
LeBron.
hey, kid, good show, man. I'm gonna get rich. I gotta go ahead and do a move and get my day started. But man, good
Go
show,
ahead, big
man.
dog.
Keep
Hey
doing your
man, I
thing.
appreciate you. Hey man, I appreciate you being on here, bro. It means a lot to me, man. I'm gonna try to catch some of your shows. You know, I've been watching your shit, man. You know, I support you, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep going hard, man. I see you with the cover art. You done got better with the cover art and shit. So keep grinding, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I support you, big dog. And I appreciate you being on here,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
Stay
All right,
blessed,
now,
big dog.
man. Be
Hey, and
you
hey
too.
man, don't forget to hit me up so we can rock out. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit you up on the email. Hit me back, bro, so we can try to figure out how to get
Oh,
on the show and shit. So we can
yeah,
link up.
definitely. Pope Frank 23, man. I tried to email you 2 times. That shit didn't go through.
For real? Because I
Yeah.
responded to your. Because remember when you hit me up, I responded to your email. I was wondering why you didn't hit me back. Maybe it was some
Okay,
issues or
I need
something.
to probably go check it again. I might need to go check my spam or something. I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
check
yeah,
it
go
again.
check it, bro. Because I responded to you when you hit me. You said top of the morning. I responded to you, but you never hit me
Okay.
back after that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, check.
Bet.
Yeah, let's link up, big dog. Let's link up.
Uh, Most definitely.
All right, man. Stay blessed, bro. Talk to you soon, bro.
You too. Blessed.
All right, big dog. Yeah. So let's see what you're talking about, Rap God. LeBron to me has mental issues. Everybody has mental issues, bro. We all going through it, big dog. When he left Cleveland because Delonte screwed his mother. Yeah, that was fucked up, man. That was some fucked up shit that happened, bro. That was. I don't want to laugh at that, bro. I don't want to laugh at that, man. That shit was fucked up, man. That shit was fucked up. But I want to get back to. I do want to address what. Yeah, he just needs a coach that says like go hoop, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, bro, he's 23. He's young. I think Lonzo's still growing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we learn things every year as we grow. And just to end this off, you know what I'm saying? We learn things every year as we grow. And, you know, I still believe in Lonzo, man. If you're listening to this, I still believe in you, big dog. And just keep trusting your game. I know being under those lights, you start hearing people's thoughts and you feel like you can hear people's voices and telling you what to do. Just trust your thoughts and trust your teammates. Trust those who are in front of you. Believe in them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, salute the Pope, man. Salute to the Pope. Be frank. Make sure you check out his channel. Really good dude. Really good brother. Really talented. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Rap God, for being here, my brother. It means a lot, man. But just to speak to you, Lonzo, directly, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Just believe in those who believe in you, bro, and keep fighting, bro, and don't give up, man. All right, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, bro. Like trust yourself, man, and trust your talents, bro. All right, I believe tonight's gonna be a great game for you, um, and I believe you can do it, bro. Keep finding your game, keep trusting yourself, and keep trusting your teammates, and keep trusting your coaching staff that believes in you, man, and take advantage of this year. Take advantage of this year. Make mistakes. Take advantage of this year. Make mistakes, bro. Shoot contested shots. It's okay if they block your shit, my nigga. Let them block your shit. They come back on them, run their ass down the floor, and try to get a layup. It's okay if you miss the layup, my nigga. We want to see you miss the layup. It's okay. Get it again and then pass the ball. Let them pass it back to you and get under the hoop and get your alley oops on, man. They gotta see you ask for that alley oop more than once, Lonzo. You can't be asking for the oop only twice a game and think they're gonna get you every time. They're not gonna be ready for you. Know that. You know that, Zoe. You gotta ask for the oop at least 3 times in a quarter, my nigga, if you really want it, bro. If you really want them to think of you as getting your oops again, bro, you gotta ask for that shit 3 times a quarter, my nigga. If you gonna give up the ball, when you give up the ball, Zoe, you need to be making cuts for that alley oop so they can get used to you making the cuts for that alley oop, Zoe. That's what you gotta do, bro. Every time you give up the ball to Zach LaVine, every time you give the ball up to the Rosen, bro, and you gotta be making those cuts for that ball. That's what I want to see, Lonzo. Um, what you talking about, Rap God? Um, hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on really quick. Um, my internet, but yeah, okay, my bad. Um, we as part of the tribe last year, we as part of the tribe lost our way by disobeying the Most High. Oh, you speaking facts right now for sure, and we all find our way again. You know what I'm saying? We just got to keep trusting our intuition and following and studying the word. You know what I'm saying? We got to study the books that are available for us with this high wisdom as we learn who we are on this Mother Earth, for sure. You know what I'm saying? You speaking hella facts, big dog. Hella facts. But we going to find our way again. And people like Kyrie Irving are a good example of standing your ground in this world that wants to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So we support Kyrie Irving in his stance, and we support all the players who choose not to get vaccinated, and we support the players who choose to get vaccinated. But we definitely support those who choose not to, based on the mandate that's been forced on people's heads in different states in this world. And we're not going to stand for that. We're going to stand strong together. All right. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this show. All right. But what I want to do is say this, because I feel like I said everything I could say to Lonzo, and I'm looking forward to this game tonight. From Lonzo, I think this game from I think LaMelo's gonna have a great game tonight as well. Against Cleveland, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see. But I just want to end this off right, guys. If you're going through depression, if you're going through any negative thoughts, negative feelings, if you feel like you can't make it, do not give up. Life is but a series of moments that we have to conquer. Okay. The only way is through. Okay. I don't care if you have one lung. If you can still breathe, you still got a shot. You can still make it. I don't care if you can't see. If you can smell, you can still find your way through life. If you can, it may be hard, but you can still make it. You can still find a way. There's so many success stories out there. Find the success stories. I don't care if you're homeless right now. If you're homeless watching this, you too can still make it. You can accomplish your dreams in life. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. All right? No matter what. As long as you still are breathing, as long as you can still look to the stars, as long as you can still put your hands on your chest right now. If you listen to this, put your hands on your chest right now. Feel your heartbeat. If you can feel your heartbeat, if you can put your hands, put your hands on your neck, and you can feel your heartbeat, you can feel your voice when you talking, you still got a shot because you're still alive. Anything is possible. Don't give up. Okay? Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up, guys. All right? Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check out the other videos. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate all your support. If you want to support the channel, send to this. My Cash App is right there. Everything would help. Anything will help me. But guys, without further ado, I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys. Shout out to Rap God. Shout out to Dream Out Loud Media that came here. Shout out to James Lee for being a new subscriber. Okay, shout out to the Pope for being on here tonight. And big shout out to Rap God, because Rap God been showing me a lot of support. Make sure y'all go check out his channel. Okay, I don't know if you got any videos, Rap God, but regardless, man, I want them to support you. All right, brother, I appreciate your support, man. But guys, without further ado, like I said, don't give up on your dreams, man. Please don't give up on your dreams. Anything is possible. We were sitting here to create on Earth, and at the end of the day, that's our duty to create. Okay, perfect example. I wasn't gonna post this video today, but I decided to post it, and God, the universe, decided to reward me by having you guys show me love today. All right, and that means a lot to me. And it's gonna help me now. It's gonna give me the motivation to keep going even further. All right, because I too struggle with mental health and depression and different struggles. Okay. This is actually, is Zion being blackballed? Yo, Rap God, that's actually a really interesting take, my brother, and I'm gonna save my take on that for another video. Make sure you wait, and you're gonna see it, because I'm waiting to see some things. I feel like Zion's being talked about pretty badly for being injured. Like, it's kind of interesting, and I feel like people are acting like he's bigger than he really is. I mean, he does look big, but I think it's kind of being blown out of proportion, man. It's really interesting what's going on with Zion. You know what I'm saying? It's really interesting. And then you look at how they got rid of Lonzo. It's like they want to force Zion to be a certain kind of player, like on some gladiator shit. I don't know, man. And Zion seems like he's not having it. He's really mad about it, man. So that's why it's unfortunate that we're not going to see Zion play against Lonzo tonight. And the Pelicans, that would have been a really better matchup to see Zion and Brandon Ingram. But Brandon Ingram is still going to be enough to see how the Pelicans are going to play to a degree, because they're going to have Josh Hart still, and they still have enough of their bench. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know yet, man. I'm gonna make a video about Zion pretty soon, Rap God. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and check out the rest of the videos, guys. And once again, do not give up, okay? Never give up on yourself. All right. So without further ado, guys, it's your boy Kid Max, and I'm out in the cut. Sips tea. Peace and love. I'm out.